clash in the terminal here on Express. Rusty's up high. Tagged up. A steam with the first blood. Trades go through once again. Hydra, a magnificent nade there, makes it a little bit more fair for them. Now Cell, he bounces straight into Clayster. 2v2. Max gonna do what he can now to push these players back, but Cell's still on the flank. Cell's on the flank, cut down, and sadly, a bit of a team fight comes through, but with that, it all comes down to a 1v1 Hydra versus Sim. The young Frenchman takes on the Phenom. And Sim's got to play he's got to play for the bomb. He's got to look this one down. He's got to hunt down Hydra and find him, but Hydra, eyes on. He's got the bomb site in hand. There's Sim for the shots. Not able to get the kill. Less than 10 seconds remaining now. Sim's gonna have to cross, try to plant the bomb, even get the kill. Time is running out. New York are gonna get this one done. Sim's gonna make something special happen, and Hydra's just gonna sit back and let the clock go. New York have managed to clutch up here in Game 5.
Let's go!
Come on! Let's go, man!
Dude, oh my god, let's go.
Holy fuck, that was the sloppiest S&D ever. Oh my god.
Go.
You're the
Go.
good
Hey,
shit, baby.
Hydra! Hey, Hydra! Bro,
Let's
God.
go.
Boy.
Hello and welcome to the Major 3 Final presented by Game Fuel, and we've got a doozy, Joe. FaZe, Subliners, the rematch I think a lot of us have been waiting for. It was a battle last night. I'm hoping for more of that today.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been a battle between these top three teams. You throw Toronto Ultra in there. It's been Game 5s ever since that winners final last night. Just showing how talented these teams are. But you talk about these three, it's been a battle just between all three of them, just how good they've been. Man, it's just been crazy to watch.
It's been fun to watch, right? Like the gameplay has been insane. It's been an absolute blast. Like every mistake punished. It's been nuts to witness. But you know, it's the Game Fuel Major. We got our Game Fuel featured player. We've got to check him out. Of course, the French sensation. It's going to be Hydra. The man has been a monster since entering the league, and I can't wait to see what he's going to bring here.
Yeah, and I mean, Hydra, when we first saw him and really throughout the group stage, it was all about his hardpoint. He has been an absolute beast as a submachine gun slayer for NYSL in hardpoint. But throughout the major, it's been everything else, especially the search and destroy, where they are 3-0 in Major 3 in that game mode, really improving it there. And Hydra's been a main factor for that. Him and his team really dominated in those searches last night against FaZe.
Well, that's where the question marks were coming in, right? We knew they could win hardpoint. Could they get it done in the other modes? And it seems like the answer has been yes so far. Can they do it here in the final as it gets a little bit tougher, as the map pools widen in a best of 9? But the stats, man, it's been unreal. Because when you talk search and destroy, through like his first 3 series or something, Joe, he had like a 0.5. Like he was struggling mightily. The fact he's turned it around that much to go positive is just, it's unbelievable.
Well, don't forget the fact as well, he was in the 1v1 last night, round 11, map 5. It was him put into that position. You know, he takes his time. He plays the clock. He's the reason why they're in this grand final. So, yeah, Hydra, he has stepped up. It feels like he's gotten more comfortable getting into his positions, but being on the same page with his team. NYSL, they have been just so prepared when it comes to search and destroy.
They have, and I can't wait to watch more of that. But enough talk about Hydra. Let's meet the rest of the squad. They made it here through the winners bracket. Let's meet NYSL.
What a kill that was. I'll see you in league play later, boys and girls.
Clayster though has a couple players in front. He gets the 2-piece, gets the third.
There's the first. Knows one more is inside. Fantastic movement. Shots on point. Keep the streak going.
It was a matter of moments before we saw this map potentially wide open.
Well, Joe, we talked about Hydra a lot. He's the Game Fuel featured player, but tell me about the other guys and how big they've been for this squad.
Well, Asim was right up there with him yesterday, and he's just had a heck of a year. And, you know, it was a lot of how is his role going to change with Hydra? He's figured it out. Those two, they are an elite duo on the map. And then you have Clay, obviously the leader for this team. This is the veteran looking to win his 3rd world championship in a row. And then Mac, who has gone from a second sub now to the flex, running that second AR for this team. That is where I think they become a complete team, is because of Mac and the way he has gotten better and improved throughout this stage.
Well, they've been able to do it twice over the course of stage 3. They've taken down FaZe, but they've got to do it again to take this entire thing. FaZe, though, hot off a win, a crazy win there in a game 5. We're going to see what they can bring to the table. Let's meet the squad. Check out Atlanta FaZe.
The game has turned on its head. Run! Run! Get onto the point! Zellius finds himself 2 more. Oh, baby! Absolutely slated. What a magnificent comeback from Atlanta.
You got the tiny tears. Cellium, who I'm starting to believe is not a human being. I don't know what he is, an alien, some sort of special creature slash monster. The stuff he does makes 0 sense to me. And Arcides, who's been good all stage, he's hitting some form and making some plays that are just insane.
No, he really is. Those two really headline, at least for me. Obviously, you have a BZ and Simp, and you know what they can do on the map, but we saw throughout Major 2, it felt like they needed to be a little bit better for Atlanta FaZe, and that's what the AR duo stepped up.
Let's check out the game fuel keys to victory now. I know it's tricky going into this because we're watching both teams play and trying to think of who's going to take it all, but you get some stuff in for FaZe, Joe. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Cellium and Arcides, they have stepped up from Major 2. You can let them be the playmakers, and this kind of connects to the second one. You have to be a little bit more patient in Search and Destroy. We saw it in the winners final. NYSL was just waiting for them to get aggressive. They were waiting for the piece from a BZ. They were waiting for the piece from Simp, and you know, he can go on his island and make his plays. But I think when Cellium and Arcides are hot, you can tell those guys to slow down and wait for them to find a pick. And then we know in the best of 9, you're going to have 2 controls. NYSL, where is their one weakness? It's probably there. That is where Atlanta FaZe can really turn the tide for them.
Well, great stuff, Joe, but let's look at NYSL now, what they're going to do if they're going to beat them for the 3rd time over the course of Stage 3 and be crown champs.
Major 2, Toronto Ultra, it was all about their sub-duo in the final. For me, it is that as well. Asim and Hydra played so well in the winners final, plus 15 out of Hydra, plus 13 out of Asim. Can they do it again? Their S&D prep has been the difference maker. It's obviously a little bit harder today, but they prepped a lot for Atlanta FaZe. They are 3-0 in Major 3. Then Clay, he needs to be the vocal leader. It's a best of 9. This can be a roller coaster. It could start off not looking so good. It could start off great. He's got to keep them focused on the task at hand.
Well, he said in an interview yesterday, at one point, I can't remember the map, but he said to kind of tell everyone to shut up and take a deep breath. Like, it was getting a little bit too wild. They were sprinting into fights. And yeah, it's big to have somebody that can take over there. But you see the shift here in the maps and mode screen. We're going to have a lot more invested in this grand final.
Yeah, a lot more. You're going to look at the map vetoes. You're not going to have that raid hardpoint. You're not going to have APOG's hardpoint, what we saw. The Moscow and raid search and destroy is taken out. Sorry, raid control. Moscow search and destroy is taken out by NYSL. So the only maps we're going to have a repeat of from yesterday are what? That checkmate search and destroy, that express search and destroy. You know, and we'll see what else these teams should do on those maps. But we're talking about map pool here because, well, this is why. You're playing potentially 9 of them.
Well, can we talk? I want to rewind the clock a little bit and talk about that preparation stuff you were bringing up, because it wasn't just the search. Like, there were spots where they definitely looked ahead. They looked so prepped for the other team, but also in the controls, their opening breaks, they were winning so clean. It looks like so much research and VOD review had gone into that. In the hard point, some of the lurk rolls and plays they were making, it just seemed like they were really prepping so well for it. Does it change a little bit here, though? You know, now that FaZe got one look at it, and they're coming through the losers bracket, what's the big difference?
Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely has been. I think for Atlanta FaZe, you're going to stick to what you're going to stick to because you've been so successful throughout this year. They're in their 3rd straight final. And I just think there's going to be moments where they're going to have to be able to adjust in their communication and make sure they take care of the advantages that they have on the map. But yes, NYSL, not only props to the players, but also their staff, JP and Revan, the work that they have put in is a big reason why they're in this position.
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, people say like, oh, you know, the team on a roll out of losers has an advantage, but like NYSL's prep has looked so good. Like you got to think they've been spending this time wisely, but it is a great break on the FaZe side. They're able to get the openers, they get that mid-map controlled, and we'll see what kind of work and time they can put in, but you nailed it. They are very familiar with finals throughout the course of this year.
Well, they're familiar with Atlanta FaZe throughout this stage, right? 2 Game 5 round 11s they were able to win. One in the group stage 1 just last night. Clay Stern has seemed to find 2 kills. But RC's and Simp, they have worked the backside of this map all the way on the left, trying to focus on the spawns for our second hill. The pressure again going to come to RC, just trying to play his life. Was hoping that Abizi could get there a little bit quicker. They're a little bit split right now, and Mac is going to take both down. You do get some early time, 31 seconds. But NYSL able to recover, able to get that rotation over to next.
Hey, congratulations, by the way, and everyone watching on stream. I know you had to watch the match last night a little bit later or this morning because you were celebrating your wedding anniversary. Joe, congrats.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep, 5 years.
We have been together a long time, but a great job by NYSL to get back in control of the point. Hydra, the game fuel featured player who has been a force outside of this universe, like galactic in his powers in hardpoint. Struggling so far, just 1 in 4, but you just got to think he's that type of player that at some point he's going to pop off.
Yeah, this is where we talk about, right, having those apps under your belt, right, early on in the day. As Atlanta FaZe coming out of the gates pretty hot, able to get that break on the second hill, so they're going to have an early advantage. Though across the map, it seems going to pick up Sims to Atlanta FaZe. They're going to have to wait for the next hill to pop. They're going to get together. They're going to start to work across the map. Wait for RCDs. Maybe trying to find a pick. I don't know if they know he's quite there in that position. Now they're going to refocus on it. But here comes Atlanta FaZe.
You see Hydra, he's so worried about that right side push. Gets an awkward timing. He gets flushed out. But Asim and Mac, that crossfire so good. Asim, all 4, give it to him. Takes down the entire side of FaZe, sends them back to spawn, gives a little cushion. NYSL.
Yeah, much needed, and it's Asim who steps up big time to get that multi-kill. Now trying to get across middle of the map. They almost want to flip the map there. The problem is, though, you're going to give up 20 seconds, but you see Hydra's position, but his teammates still spawning out at Old. To Atlanta FaZe, they're going to retain middle of the map as you go towards our 4th hill, and I just think this is where really good Garrison teams have gotten quite effective. Is this 4th and 5th hill, the ability to keep them spawn trapped, and that's when you can link it to the 1st hill with that middle of the map, and that's where you can chain 3 hills in a row, really open up that lead.
100%. I mean, it can still be a messy big map. I mean, it doesn't look fun to deal with all the different points of interest and boxes you can get behind, but you said it. He's just gotten so much better at getting clean time. See if anybody can do it here, but it's Hydra trying to make a play as we check out our game fuel future player. And what I say, Joe, you know, eventually he's going to come alive. That felt like I snapped my fingers and Hydra woke up.
Can he find the score streak? Trying to get some shots in on Cell, but now the pressure is on him. Simp gonna take him down. He may not know how big of a kill that was. It felt like Hydra was alive for so long. Clay on the hill. He's making this messy. He's up to 12 kills. He's able to take down 3. They're gonna get this time. They're gonna extend this lead. They're gonna keep Atlanta FaZe spawning on that side of the map, and wow, he is beaming right now.
He certainly is, and you know, Hydra, he's been playing so well, but a finals, $200,000 for first, it is a different beast. It is his first one, and you mentioned the leadership of Clay and how necessary it would be in spots, and I want to hear the comps, hear how it's breaking down for NYSL. Let's go right to an Astro listening.
Nice.
How much arch? They're gonna be arch.
Oh, one. Close on you.
Yeah.
I have your
Oh,
arch.
yo, mid tanks and arch. It's top cat now, top cat.
Okay.
Big kill on this kid. Sit on you.
Alright, one catches, one out.
Make sure
One more,
They're gonna be bricks, guys. Work bricks together. Teamwork.
In bricks.
Kill one. Nice,
Still
Paco.
dead in bricks.
Let's do.
One shot. There's gonna be one more in arch or something.
I'm
Ready?
gonna get time. He's ammo.
Get time, Mick.
Rails, dead. I'm on time.
Coming, Clay, I'm coming.
It could be P2.
Okay.
I hit him with an eight.
One spawn out.
He's arch.
Let's go. Top green weak, dead. Let's go. There's only two here.
Good job.
Simp, last kid here. He's on this side. He's on this side.
He wants Jens.
I'm gonna go full around plat.
Okay.
Cages,
That's him.
he's cages. He's sitting behind the pillar. Still behind the pillar.
Weak.
Behind pillar. You want left side pillar? I spawned
He's in
back
there.
side. Nice, good win.
That's all of them. That's all on this side. They're all on the other side. Get green control, Sim.
Heard you.
One
Paco's
spawn,
spawn killing
One
him.
green.
Paco's spawn killing him. I'm blocking plat.
One more.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Paco, Matt, get our side.
Back tank.
I need a trophy on top if you have it.
Let's go.
I got a trophy.
Yo, one might spawn boxes with the way Paco spawned.
Okay,
Don't freak out. Not everybody freak out.
I'm watching it. I'm the pitch.
Alright, there's 2 P2, 1 L.
Okay,
Maybe P2, I think. Maybe 3. No,
wait.
no
Don't
bullshit.
die.
Okay.
Alright, don't die.
BZ only one shot people.
Don't die.
One
Max,
shot,
don't
BZ,
die,
one shot.
Pinched. He came up rails. He's on
Rails
their
and
side
people. I
top. Their side
flipped.
Yeah. Let's go left, play.
Top cat.
I'm really weak.
Really weak. One bullet.
He's
I
top
got
right.
one shot. One shot.
Okay,
One
one
behind
stop ring,
you.
one stop ring.
Chase
Oh,
you.
bien,
Good try, buddy.
And new dad, I got him.
Alright.
Good kill.
I'm gonna go back to the back. I'm gonna go play main tank, okay? I'm gonna go play tank.
Yeah, I need that. Someone. Okay. You have the trees?
Close one shot. BZ.
I need her to die. I'm holding
I'll
back.
be back.
Good trade.
One top.
Joe, there was some stuff I loved in there. When Clay goes up, he spawn killed him. We hop over to him, and he is just frying them off the spawn, making the play as Clay just knew it was coming. And then, there's a moment where there's someone spawning out, and Clay's just sort of like, don't freak out. We got this. Just, keeping the comms together. Oh, one last thing. Mac, what did he say? He's like, guys, work together. Teamwork. I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but it killed me.
It was just so nice, right? It was just so calming.
Teamwork,
But
guys,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Clay was just making sure, like, hey, one could have spawned out, but with that calm, like, continue to hold your angle. Don't give something up. Let's not lose our setup. But be ready for it. Be ready to react. And then even hearing Hydra, like, hey, like, don't die. I'm doing this, right? He is getting confident enough in his communication where, he's giving talks like that. Fantastic, but beautifully done by NYSL to chain that 5th and 4th kill together. They have a 60-point lead. Atlanta FaZe, if they're going to get back into this game, it has to come right here. And while 2 are going to spawn out, this is just bad news for Atlanta FaZe. Make it 3, never mind. 1 might hold the kill cam. Okay, and I say that is all 4 down.
NYSL, they are naughty boys on the map. Hardpoint has been disgusting as they push up in a huge lead here, look to eclipse the 200-point mark and start to put this game away. Hey, they could be a team of breaks. Well, they're going to need a lot of them here if they're going to bring it back in this map 1. Good thing for them, it's a best of 9. So if they drop it, there's still going to be a fight. But what a start here from NYSL.
Yeah, let's not forget they're 11-1 in their last 12 hard points throughout stage 3. Cell trying to get things going for the team. But with 20 seconds left, right, you're going to flip that map. And NYSL, with the lead they have, they're like, all right, yeah, no problem. RC's is lurking, though, does get shut down. You can see a BZ. He's actually going to force RC's to spawn out. A couple players going to spawn old for NYSL. But the key thing here, even after that great match that we just saw from Atlanta FaZe, it's Simp and a BZ, once again, not playing their best Call of Duty against the subliners.
Well, at this point, I think it's tough to say they're not playing their best, considering this will be back-to-back matches against this team where it happens in Hardpoint, and coming off the series they just had. So is it something about the pacing or just the talent from the likes of Hydra to see? What do you think is making it so hard for them?
I mean, maybe just the way NYSL's playing the Hardpoint, right? Like, they're playing so fundamental. Again, when we watched them in Search last night, it was like they were waiting for one of those players to maybe overstep or over-challenge. So maybe they brought that into the respawn.
Yeah, it feels like there's something there.
They're doing something, for sure.
It's a small body of work, but something is slowing down. 2 of the most talented SMGs ever. Maybe the most talented SMG duo of all time. They do not like this matchup from a stats perspective. 15 points away from the dub is NYSL. They have controlled it from the midway point onwards. Hydra, peekaboo, little pop, little shot. Can't take down both, but his impact has been made on the map. And just feels like from when we went into the listen in and the spawn killing as he was getting gassed by Clay, they just never looked back.
There they have it. There's still a chance here for Atlanta FaZe as you get into this setup, but watch Clay, number 2. He spawned out. He has been lurking this entire time. Atlanta FaZe knows something is up. As a BZ trying to hunt him down, but so patient from Clay right now. He knows he could be the one to put this game away, but he's only going to get taken down by 1. Atlanta FA still continue to get that hill time, but maybe he messes up their setup a bit. Hydra off spawn's going to get one, and now they're going to get back on that hill, just trying to chip away at this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact that he gets one kill certainly just shifts focus from somebody, right? Like, if BC's got to snap back in that direction, it changes things, but you do find the kills. You keep them 10 points away. YSL not really able to get much, but just like 5 points over the final 30 seconds or so. So good job from FaZe. Yeah, it is doable. You can mount this comeback, but how hard is it going to be? And maybe it relies on the freak of nature. That is Cell, but as I call it, he's going to drop. But now it's Big Alec with the pistol out. Finding the kill.
Right, he's got I mean, he's the only player left. Oh, Zip does get there. 249.
They get in. They get in. They're still here for a second, but two will end up falling. There's the final kill on the point. NYSL. They battle back in. FaZe may test them a bit late, but the hard point, truly a thing of beauty right now for NYSL. Oh, and here's his POV when he lined them all up. Ooh.
And I could see it in Clay right there when we cut to those cams. It was let's go, Paco, let's go. He is focused on Hydra, getting him fired up. It was a big map. Well, it was a slow start for Hydra early on, but the middle of the map right there, that is when he took over.
And listen, you've never experienced that as a player, and I know a lot of you play League play or something. You don't have that friend that gasses you up. You got to. Joe does it for me every now and then, where he just gets me going, riles me up, tells me I'm going to make a play, and I just start going off. You get hyped up. Like, it's got to be great for Hydra to hear that. It's just got to be. And not that he couldn't perform like this without Clay. Don't get me wrong at all. He is wildly talented. There's a reason he was called the French simp. He's like the second coming of God in the Call of Duty League. We've all been excited for it. I'll tell you one thing. I don't think Clay hurts it.
No, here's that reaction. You could just see the whole time, just let's go, Paco, just trying to get him fired up. But as we said, a long series. It's a best of 9. They capture that hard point. But what we've known from Major 1 and 2, the winners, that search and destroy and control going to be so key. But here's a look at those stats. And well, yeah, I mean, it was Paco, 29 and 18, almost 6,000 damage. I talked about him shutting down Sibinabizi. Look at the opposite side. Struggling map 1 for them.
And it's just not often that it's like both of them, right? Like, yes, every now and then one of them will have an off map, but not typically both in that capacity. So whatever NYSL is doing, they are doing it well. But it is a marathon, not a sprint. And I don't doubt that Clay can maintain that energy and enthusiasm over the course of this. We have seen him in double best of 7s back in what, like the AW days, those FaZe versus Optic matchups. Like, he can do it, but he's a little bit older now. If this goes the distance, man, he's put a lot of energy out there. As you see him fired up once more. NYSL, they get the dub. They're in command so far. We got Search and Destroy coming up after the break.
Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming. Gamers, get insurance savings and discounts from USAA, the official military appreciation partner of the Call of Duty League.
Welcome back to the Major 3 final presented by Game Fuel. 1 of a possible 9 in the books. Search and Destroy up next. We're going to take a look at some of the Search and Destroy stats for these teams and where they stand. First, the maps they're going to be going to with regards to Search. We can talk about that. It's going to be Checkmate, Miami, Raid, and Express. You'll get the most maps for Search and Destroy throughout the course of a best of 9. And as Joe mentioned earlier, that's why the map pool is very important.
Yeah, it is, and here's a look at those stats throughout Major 3. And I mean, at NYSL, they were 4-3 throughout the group stage, and that was maybe a weakness, but throughout that Major 3-0, a 1.47 overall. You'd see how good they've been, not only on attack, but also defensive rounds. And, you know, for Atlanta FaZe, 4-3, not bad, very competitive. You know, you've beaten, Toronto Ultra on 3 of those, but they did lose both of them to NYSL in that winner's final. One of those was Checkmate, Search and Destroy. It was all the way to a round 10. It was 6-4. But again, it was Hydra and Asim, those submachine gun players that really gave them the advantage. RC's had a great game with 13 kills, but the rest of the team struggled.
I'll tell you one thing that stood out to me. The last time we casted FaZe before the Major, we talked about the fact that they were first in the league on attack, 10th in the league on defense. Throughout this Major, they're better defensively than offensively. You find that a little odd?
I mean, it could just be to who they were playing against. I think Ultra can be a really good defensive team. Yeah, again, NYSL really prepped for them. And where is it easy to prep? It's especially on your defensive rounds. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but maybe that speaks to kind of what we were talking about, where the guys who usually win them the offensive rounds in the series are Abizi and Sim with their subs, and they struggled.
Yeah, no, could be as simple as that. Well, we'll see if they can rebound here. You don't want to go into a big hole early in the best of 9. We've seen some crazy comebacks, but I mean, I'm talking the history of Call of Duty, but it's not easy to do. You want to get a map on the board, and the First Blood King himself will start us off with the First Blood onto Asim.
Again, there's that response and a force to 3v3. I thought they were going to get a little bit patient there at Atlanta FaZe, and I like that. Because it feels at times, well, that's what NYSL was looking for. Someone to over-challenge, someone to look for that next gunfight. And Clay was able to find that player. That's it. Gonna get taken down. Abizi gonna work up towards this bomb. Not gonna start the play yet. And Hydra with some beautiful shots onto the wing. Arcides, he gets taken down, selling the last man up, and Hydra is it missing.
He started, again, with like a 0.5 in search. He's brought that all the way up above a 1. He's got eyes, some sort of Superman-like laser wall sight eyes. Is he spotting people? Hidden. Hydra is disgusting.
Well, one of those first bloods from Abizi doesn't turn into a round win. Throw man advantage away, NYSL. Behind Hydra, get the first round on the board. Checkmate, as we know, it can be very defensive favored. We'll see if Atlanta FaZe can respond with one of their own.
He just keeps on shooting. I think he has 1 tag throughout the course of that.
Hello.
They're getting aggressive. Is this the A site? Are we going to see an A plant?
Well, I mean, they are so... Are you going to expect this? Asim and Hydra, they just go. They're in their spawn.
Now, this strikes me as one of those prep things, Jel.
Yeah, like, this is open, right? Early on defensive rounds, this is open. You do have a response on the opposite side. It's Simp going all the way through, but are you going to expect Clay in the tower? Maybe, I doubt it. Okay, he will. He does find a kill. But what a weird round this is.
It certainly is. Now the plant will go down, and the great opening from subliners, similar to maybe what we saw from FaZe, at risk of getting shut down. numbers the phase in this 3 versus 2. Hydra, though, the playmaker, can he do it? Shot a bit off, and Simple punish him. Not somebody you can miss shots against. There's the final kill, and, well, what a first blood for FaZe. They lose the round. First blood for NYSL. They will lose it as well, but you got to love to see an opening like that, because I don't know. How many times have you seen that this year?
0. 0 times. I haven't seen that.
JP or Revan or who over there is just up all night coming up with the master plan. Good stuff. I love it.
Yeah, but even better props to Atlanta FaZe for handling that situation, because you don't see that every day. You know, 2 players in their spawn. You know, maybe Clay just isn't ready for Simp to be that fast on the response, because he kind of sent it.
And as much as your FaZe, you want the revenge, obviously, for yesterday, there's extra stuff here, too. I mean, with all the Simp and French Simp and, you know, Clay and the entire FaZe team basically have history, like...
What?
They want to beat each other badly. But, yeah, RC's...
what?
Nice kill.
Didn't see him too much yesterday with the 74U, so maybe throwing a different look here on one of their offensive rounds.
You see with the stuff last year in his hand, sometimes he was nasty.
He was. I'm just saying. I was saying last night.
Yeah, I know, but the guy's talented. His FaZe. Take another one to go up 2-1.
Gonna flood on through. And what? You have the 4 versus 2, and Celium gonna work that outer side. He's just gonna look for the angles to help his teammates with that Krig to get that offensive round win behind that first blood.
This is the map you've been so good at if you're FaZe. I know you were dealt a recent loss, but outside of that, I mean, it reminds me of like the, I don't know, checkmate hardpoint stat for Optic. It's like they start out 6-0, they're perfect, finally dealt a loss, but you know they can still win it like you saw them do earlier today. Is FaZe so far so good? Simp is on 3 in a row, and the battle of peekaboo and who will see who continues here inside the plane. It's a very nice plane.
And again, look at Clay. Look at Clay in his position. Very patient. They caught Simp a couple of times going on the flank A Street yesterday, and he's just waiting for it. But this is the patience you wanted to see from Atlanta FaZe. Let them come to you. Play the 4v4. Don't get down in the round before anything even happens. Now they're getting into their setup. They're forcing NYSL to come at him, and Abizi, he's going to do Abizi things.
Yeah, no, he flies right on out, but see him right on the other side of it. Now to the next fight. Wall bang in, he can't quite get out. Trades on top of trades, but Arcitys with one on the Mac. Didn't see where the pick came from exactly, but that puts them into a 2 versus 1. It's now on Clay, a headshot in, but FaZe in position. They take another round.
Right, first 30 seconds, nothing is really developing. Clay is just on those wood stairs looking for something on the A Street, right? Is Simp going to get aggressive? Is Cell going to get aggressive? But it is nothing. It's okay. You're going to have to beat us in a standard default B hit. BZ's able to hit that first. Blood, Simp, another one, and they're able to use their man advantage to close that round out.
Those are quality beams, though, the way. I mean, Alec was just jumping to throw a nade. I mean, yeah. he wasn't challenging that fight by any means. He has hopped up to toss a nade before he got back to the ground. His head was in pieces.
That is the Krig and that headshot multiplier.
Yeah, it is strong. High caliber at all times. Seam gets a little info there with the tag. Clay wants to tag him up as well. As there's just a little bit of tickling going on there inside the plane.
Yes, Simp trying to work up though. Clay repositions. Was it timing if Simp went? He would have found a kill. Now he's going to get a bad time. He's trying to look for Clay under that wing. Knows he likes to play these spots. But basically, Clay is saving Asim's life right now. It is on him. But they recognize the situation. There's not 2 players in the plane, so they're going to put the bomb down. He's going to get away. And now if you're Simp, you're just waiting for the timing. This is on him. Clay's waiting for you, but Simp's going to find that kill. Make it a 3v3. He's going to reposition. Hydra's working the top side of the map. Abizi has to check the bomb.
Cell can't get out. Subliners, they're able to get it, and that's a huge round. You don't want to go down 4-1, and, Simp makes the play. Son to the father. Takes down Clay, but can't quite get away. And tons of time. Get the defuse on through. But, I mean, one thing I guess that stood out to me is, well, even though it was kind of a straight-up one-on-one, just after the bomb plant, Arceus gets caught almost instantly.
Yeah.
It was Arceus, right? The first kill? Like, I just don't know if you've got to challenge that or drop there, but I don't know. It wasn't like a crazy ego challenge, just maybe a gunfight you didn't have to take.
Yeah, and then Mac being very patient, watching, right? They know Sim's still alive. Where is he going to make his next maneuver? Where is he going to try and make the play to keep them in that round? And Mac just stays. Just waits for him to make that move.
So it's a game of like who can be more patient longer, but then get absolutely twisted when needed.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty in a nutshell.
All right. I figured it out. The scene behind that round. Now on 3 in a row, but back to this tough task of it seems so hard unless you're Bance, I guess, at times, inside this plane to find a flurry of multi-kills. Granted, in a far different mode, as I think that was Control, but it's just tough to pop off at times.
And again, 45 seconds into the round, not a lot of movement from NYSL. They try to find a pick, and they get it, and it's onto a BZ on the bomb, just trying to shoulder, waiting to see when are they going to push to B. But it doesn't happen. They are so slow in developing these rounds. And then what? Because they're a man down, Sim's like, I have to make a play, right? I have to make a play, and, well, they're able to find him. The patience in the ARs, Mac. Nice shots with that Krieg.
Okay, so they dealt with this already, right? And it wasn't just against NYSL. This is something that hurt them at the last major. Their lack of patience at times and getting caught. So they've been there, something they've been working on. Then you deal with it specifically against this team. But it's still getting to them or getting under their skin or forcing maybe plays they don't want to make. I guess my question is why? Is it just, are they so patient that it's just they can't? I don't know. I guess it just surprises me because you sort of know that's coming.
Well, I think for a BZ, you know, the way he plays the B-bomb is he's shouldering, he wants an info so he can slide and take his challenge. But instead, he's going to have to just back up like the way we saw him play the one round and just wait. And even if it gets into a retake, be able to play that 4v4 retake, but you can't get down a man.
So it's just NYSL's ability to dictate the game at the pace they want to play it and take, you know, the opposition out of their comfort zone and what they want to do. This time, though, Zabizi that gets the hold, get the kill. He'll see 2. I think he saw both. And can he cross out of it? He can, but then Simp gets caught. He gets wallbanged. I think maybe he's trying to help a Beezy. That Beezy flies out. Once again, thinks he's some sort of Marvel superhero. He gets dropped. Now, Cell gets the kill into a 2v2. They know his spot. He's had some freaky plays. Can he make one more? Another gunfight win. Kick it around the edge. Down to a 1 versus 1. Oh, no, he got the kill right before it. Never mind. Hydra gets it done. I thought he had another player to locate. He gets it. He goes on the 4 streak. Is NYSL clutch up? And I was thinking they needed one more when he got to the 2v2, but Hydra goes beast mode.
Yeah, there's just one of those rounds. Yeah, it's this kill right here. He's able to take down Arceus. As the help of Clay, they knew Cell's position, but it's a 4v3. Bomb is down. And who do they pick? It's a BZ and Simp just trying to shoulder, get that information. There's another one of those rounds where they get caught. They put their ARs into a tough spot.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, where did I miss that? Because like I was just focused on the Cell Clay 1v1. We swapped instantly. Oh, well, because he killed him the second before we swapped over. Great play from Hydra. 8 and 3. 4 in a row, and that's what? 3 straight rounds now for NYSL?
Yep.
And another round where you get the first blood, and then what? Simp gets caught? Well, maybe.
Okay, well, they just took the plane away.
Yeah,
they just pre-fired a wallbang and said, all right, they're not up yet. They're not there. Let's go. Or they're a little weak. But all right, they get the first blood, and now they back on up in the 4v3 situation. That was awesome from Atlanta FaZe. They used the wallbang spots. They're able to get into that plane. They find the first blood.
Well, Joe, I don't know how much it matters because they've had a lot of first bloods.
You're wrong.
In rounds
at least they backed up, right? Like they're playing, they're using their man advantage. They're getting together.
Group up, make it a date, close out the round. Arceus, I think, he's like, I'm out of there. He just gets hammered as the scene peeks it for an instant. Nice nade will change the position for a moment, but well, the number's gone now. Celium loses a one-on-one. There's not a lot of time left. And YSL got to make a decision. There's 12 seconds on the clock. They've got to go.
Where are they going to go?
Get in.
Clay, yeah. I mean, you're playing down to the second right now as NYSL. That's what I mean. Like, I know it's killing some of the Atlanta FaZe players to stay this slow and this patient, but they are doing it. It's coming down to these final seconds for NYSL on offense.
Yeah, you think they're like kind of dying inside slowly over the course of this? Like a BZ and Sip
like
are
you just
actually like part of their spirit and soul is deteriorating. The rounds just continue to go deep, and if they get aggressive, sometimes they're getting caught. But yeah, I didn't even realize it until I looked at the last second. I'm like, oh, they really got to do something. Like there's no time to work with. Is that kind of standoff just stretched out? Right to the wing is, I mean, Arceus in the last matchup was so good for them in search. Not maybe having the same impact here, but they are all tied up. Even in the round until then. It's a BZ. A BZ is down. And Joe, what's got you reacting that way?
Well, they're all looking for Clay. Yeah, like, look at Clay's reaction. He knows. They are hunting him down. They're trying to find him because Clay's the player that took down Simp. Hydra and Clay got aggressive. Simp catches Hydra, and Clay was able to trade that, but then he stays alive the entire time. You see Cell fly off. Everyone is focused on him, and they're jumping around. They're trying to get the angle, and Mac is just like, all right, some free kills for me.
Well, and think about how hard it can be to do here. When we casted FaZe vs. Ultra, remember we talked about, like, once you shot someone and your position was known, whether you got a kill or not, you were dead like 2 seconds later, right? Like, you weren't getting out of anything. So Clay's ability to make it go down like that, impressive for sure. Well, some damage done from the nades. Yep. Hydra does get out. He's got Clay to help. Challenges, but, well, that's a BZ waiting with a sub. Not going to be a fun fight at all. Now to Hydra. 1 versus 4. Can't win. On to the second. And to round 11 we go. Everyone at home watching, you're quite familiar with this situation because we've seen a lot of them this weekend.
Yeah, but that starts with the nade from Simp. He sees they don't have trophies down. So as soon as a BZ gets weakened up, he knows the push is probably going to come in, and it does. The nade connects. They can both double chow off of that. But here we go. It's NYSL on offense. Do they do it again? Are they playing patient, or are they going to switch it up and play with some pace?
Switch it up, dude. Fly. Just fly. Like an eagle.
They might be.
Through the sky.
They might be
send
towards
it.
A.
Send it. Yes, send it. You've lulled them to sleep, and now you strike like a python.
Okay, they just stopped. They just stopped like right there.
Right. Well, I was so ready for it.
But when they did this last time, they looked for a BZ on the bomb. So if we could switch to Mac's point of view really quick. He's starting to mantle up into that spot. They're trying to have Hydra hold this and then have Mac try to get the player on the bomb. But a BZ actually pushed on up. So they took playing away. There's the adjustment from FaZe. But they're hoping they can catch a player inside a B right now.
This feels like a chess match this round. Like, you can see the pieces moving around the board as a team takes a different part of the map.
He hears this. He knows.
Time to go. Nice shots through, but he can't get out. BZ, so many first bloods, but effectively traded by NYSL. Simp, next up the bat. He knocked one out of the park. Celium there with him. Celium's got to be careful, though. Hydra at the angle for a second, but Simp does make the play. So far, the hero of round 11 as he gets 3. His duo drops, but he picks it up as Simp goes big to close it out.
Able to take both down. He was alone in the plane. Cell got there, but he had to back down because of the angle from Hydra. Him and Abizi, they take playing control. They know what NYSL is trying to do. That is beautiful adjustments out of Atlanta FaZe. Abizi gets one. The call out is there, and again, it's a timing thing. 25 seconds. Simp knows that push is coming sooner or later.
Yeah, you know, Simp right now, it's like, you slow sons of... Yeah, you slowed it down, but guess what? Eventually, you gotta go. And when you decide to go, I drop all of you. Simp, what an incredible play there. 12 and 7. And his duo and Abizi, 12 and 7 as well. They had 7 First Bloods combined, dominated early, dominated late. And well, Joe, what was the big thing from the game one? The fact those two didn't take over. There, yeah, I'd call that taken over.
Well, and the fact that when they played this yesterday, they had 10 kills combined. Here, 24 from the Tiny Terrors.
Unbelievable. Let's check out the U.S. Army tactical play. We're going to watch Simp do the dance one more time as he puts down NYSL. But Joe, you can kind of talk through how that broke down. Time, obviously, against NYSL is you're on offense. Eventually, you got to go.
No, and we saw this set up earlier from NYSL. What they're trying to do is they're getting some position A. They had Mac go up on the crates, and he's looking for a pick on Abizi on the bomb. But all right, you don't get that. 35 seconds left. Abizi's hearing that. He's hearing the mantle and the slide. He knows it's coming. He's able to get one. He doesn't get away. But that's all the information they need. Now, if you're Simp, how do you want to play this, right? Because you can see, look at the mini-map. His teammates are not with him. Nobody's watching over him right now. Usually we see, two players putting some shots in, and now Celium actually has to back down. So this is a 1v2 on the site, and Simp, it's his.
Yeah, it's huge. I didn't really think of that as it went down. Like, we saw kind of on X-ray Celium moving up to help him, and then we see Hydra put the shots in, and I'm just still thinking they have 2 in the plane, but not really. It comes down to Simp to get it done, but Abizi on your screen, he was making plays early, even if they wanted to clip his wings and not allow him to fly around map, they found a way to fly. They made the plays, they get it done. We're tied up 1-1 here in Major 3. We'll be back after the break.
They say I've been lucky, but ambition is not luck. It's a choice. My name is Cesar Skies Bueno, and I chose to invest in my game.
Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
You have come for adventure, but the Baron wants to break you. Your axe must be sharp. Your wits must be keen. And your heart must be mighty.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Block's blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
so many people that have
Joe, as we get back to this, briefly, even though Clay's not there, we're going to talk about him. I just find it surreal that we're finding ourselves in this position again. You know, we're going to go in the history books. You think about him getting dropped from the #1 team in complexity back in the day. He finds his way back onto a championship team with FaZe. He gets dropped there, finds his way to a world championship again. After that, he gets dropped, finds his way to a championship again. You think we're done? No, again, gets dropped after winning a championship. And now here we are. And I thought after the stuff with Zuma and the team looked good at the first event, but then sort of fell apart. I'm like, ah, man, there's just no way. You know, I just didn't see it really happening, regardless of the hype we heard around Hydra. But why does it feel like, I know we've got a ways to go towards champs, but why? How the hell is it maybe going to happen again?
Yeah, I mean, we saw glimpses of it in stage 1, even with like the roster that they had then, where they get to a top 3 position, and we're like, Clay's gonna do this again, and you could see it beginning. You know, stage 2 wasn't the best for them, and they knew they had to make a change. They had Hydra, and I don't know. It just feels like he brings out the best in his teammates. He makes sure his teammates understand the best way to play that game.
Yeah, and people have different competitive drives. You know, we're close to Crowder, the coach of FaZe, and you know, people ask him all the time, do you miss competing? He's like, no, I was ready to be done. Like, there was a point where he just didn't maybe love the competition as much, just the competing day in and day out and all the work that went into it. But Clay, like, I think he's just one of the most competitive human beings on the planet, and that alone drives him forward. Granted, he's given extra incentive every single year to drive him forward, but I don't know. I just think it's unbelievable, man. I don't get it. It defies all logic for me. It's not even like an individual skill thing. Like, I haven't doubted that exactly. It's just how he keeps finding championship caliber teams. And, well, he ends up with Simp, who ends up being maybe the best player in the game. Now, Hydra, who Lord knows what his ceiling is. It's, what the hell? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're talking about that. We also, you know, you just saw the control stats there, though, right? That was one of the keys for Atlanta FaZe was this is where you could kind of turn the tide of the series, right? But, yeah, I mean, if there is one game mode where they haven't really gotten on the same page throughout this stage, it is control. You know, they've gotten better at search. Our hard point has been almost perfect, but their control has been not great.
Way to reel me back in there, Joe. I just, you know, I got a little bit lost in my love for Clay, I guess. I don't know. But, yes, it's time for the control as we're tied up 1-1. And, yeah, maybe the opening, the thing that'll separate these squads. And, yeah, the fact that you play multiple. And, yes, it's still a swing game. Yes, it's less than the other modes. But, I don't know. Do you feel it's the same impact or more of an impact? Like, how do you feel it fits within a best of 9?
What, having 2 controls?
Well, 2, but like when you think about the fact that it's 9 maps and you still have more hardpoint and searches, you still it got a bigger impact for you versus like the one in the best of 5.
Yeah,
I mean, percentage-wise,
100%.
yes, it does. So,
I just think in terms of this matchup, though, it's even a bigger factor. I think that's why I'm really focused on it, is because this is where FaZe is going to have the advantage. But when I say that, it's Seam, you're making kung fu noises. You're getting ready for your acting career. After this is, well, the 2 subs, they're able to take down all of Atlanta FaZe.
Well, yeah, the little slide, the movement there. Yeah, it looked like something as like the Mortal Kombat movie just came out. Just nasty with it. And now it's Max's turn. He'll get 2 before he drops. Lovely shots out of him. But, well, Simp, the immediate answer, and then, well, a lot of times when it's 2 top teams battling it out, it's answer after answer after answer. As they are just trading blows.
Yeah, when we talk about preparation, NYSL was waiting. This was the control map. They just watched Atlanta FaZe play versus Toronto Ultra. Well, it's a very good map for Atlanta FaZe, but you know what, you talk about breakoffs and how impactful they can be. Have anything up their sleeve maybe on the offense. Defensive-wise, it's been really good, but sometimes it just takes one moment. It takes one moment, and it's Arcitys on a 5 spree, looking to get all the progress done at B.
Well, I think we watched them here against, I want to say Mutineers, and yeah, their breaks were insane on both sides. Like, they dominated it. It was impeccable how they were able to just get control early, get a 3 or 4 down, and never look back. But with a team like FaZe, it's going to be a little bit harder to, I don't know, continue off of that, and we're going to find a moment, as you said.
And Arcitys, he's got the artillery, so he could, if he wants to, use it here He's going to find the cruise missile. Thank you, Mr. Trophy. But they're going to take their time. They are going to take their time. If they can find a pick, it might be time to use that streak.
Surprise! Now we're the patient squad as they lurk. And then they pop onto the zone. 3 will drop. Last man. It is a seam. Waiting for his teammates, but his teammates got to deal with the hell, the fury coming in from the sky. Bomb protection might help them, or they get into bricks. Well, nope, Mac, he thought he might have got away. He's going to catch the final bit of that missile, and then Arcides puts the nail in the coffin with a wild stretch at the end of round 1.
Unbelievable. He dies one time in the round. He's doing it with the Krieg. He finds this 74U. He puts a missile into a seam, and he closes the round out. And I thought he was going to go for it. Offense so big on this map. And they take advantage. It was down to 19 seconds, but they get the kills they need. They get on the B, and that transition from B to A just so smooth. And as you said, it was patient. They waited for NYSL to get caught.
Yeah, just giving them a dose of their own medicine. Yeah, you love to see that. We can be patient too. And Arcides, I don't know what is into him. I got up early this morning. He was streaming at 9 a.m. He was just live, just playing league play, ready to pop off today. What do you eat today?
Well, yeah, great match versus them last night. It hasn't had, like, the biggest impact here. Well, at least in that map 2. Game 1, he played well. But yeah, he has been on point. And Major 2 wasn't his best. And he wanted to respond and have a really great stage. And he has. Arcides has been insane for Atlanta FaZe. Still, only died one time. We're almost done with round 2. But finally, it's taken down.
That was something special. And we've seen rounds where, early streaks, you just never really recover from it. But if you're a top team, you'll find a way to do it. And that's what NYSL is trying to do now. Simp, just crisp and clean. Unfortunately, a seam came in from the rafters.
Yeah, him and Hydra actually find 3 kills. Arcides, of course, he's the one. They get that trade, but he's just going to back down to A. The progress is going to be there. Simp isn't missing either. He's up to 10 kills. Play, though, in a bit of an off angle. He's going to find a freebie that might be B done. Oh, never mind. Cell. Of course he's going to look for kills. This is just what Cell does. Yeah, it's just what he does.
He's like, you guys go ahead. You want to back up, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and take the fight to them. And he's on fire.
They're going for it because of his kill. They're going for it. Yeah, they went for it. They stopped it.
They get the stop. There's just 2 ticks in. Who's the guy still lurking? It's going to be Mac. On the other side, Hydra has transitioned to the opposite point. Celium trying to get in position to pick that up. He's got a BZ behind him. Can Mac and Hydra get it done? Mac wins it on one side. Asim, the help from middle. They retake A, but that's split enough to get them to zone.
You're able to be done. You have a 2-life advantage. You're going to get into that defense. RC's going to get picked. This might be go time. You still have the artillery if you want to use it. Clay continues to find kills. He's got 3 in a row. Simp knows, though, the push is coming. At least finds 2. That'll trade things out. That'll make the progress be a lot slower. It allows Arcides to find a pick, but they have to deal with a seam, and they do. A nice retake, but it starts with Simp just being able to get that multi-kill.
Yeah, it's lovely to have a title where a multi-kill in almost any scenario is a good thing. Or it results in something. Not just them spawning in the same spot with their team. And then flying at you again 2 seconds later.
No idea what you're talking about at all. Not one clue.
Me either. But there's 28 seconds remaining here. As FaZe still holding on defensively. Leister, he goes in, doesn't hit a bullet, and a BZ annihilates him. Now, another streak from Arcides.
Or he wrapped him, okay.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I was like, wait, a cruise missile.
Yeah, it makes sense because he wrapped streaks. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, he was on, what, 9, 10 in a row, whatever it ended up being. This is the break. This is the moment. And subliners get in. Arcides, got to love that, just staying up. Some damage in, repositions, but his teammates are falling. He's going to have to make the play. He's going to drop everybody, falling outside of Alec. He's going to call it in. He gets it off. They're going to try and push behind it. Can't get gun up in time, but it'll get them off the point for a moment. It's enough time for his teammates to get back in. Play, though, is on the point. He's greeted by a nade. Mac, last alive in a 1 versus 2. Can he clutch up? First one down. Next fight is a Beezy. Can't quite do it. It comes down to a 1 versus 1. But the streak gave him a chance, and a Beezy ends it.
I love that play from Arcides. He knows he has the artillery, and he just kind of calls it in, right? He kind of just panics. He just kind of hit it as fast as he could so that the artillery gets called in, and what does that do? That forces NYSL to panic. It doesn't even matter if that finds a kill. He wanted to get them off the point to buy time for his teammates to come off a spawn and get there. And well, when they're able to get there, they're able to clutch on up. It does come down to a 1v1, but it's a BZ, and he wins those.
Well, it's again, it's what's so tough about early streaks. Like, you know, if you get them late, obviously, it can ice a game, or we've seen FaZe have 3 and not be able to win a game in a round 5. But when you get them early, it's like, if they're used well, the other team just doesn't really have a good chance. And Arcides also is 19-6, which is a good stat line.
It is on the other side. I mean, I see him and Hydra solid. Need a little bit more from those ARs and Mac and Clay, but it's going to be difficult when Arcides is shooting lasers. But early on in this round, when Atlanta FaZe is fighting for that mid-map control.
How do you think you feel, though, if you're NYSL right now? I mean, you have a chance to bring it back here, but, like, you won the hard point, which you've been so good at. You know you're not going to beat them in every search, and control was going to be the iffy one. So, despite where they're at right now, do you think they're still feeling all right?
Yeah, I mean, they're still in this game. They win a defense here. Maybe they can earn some streaks, but, yeah, they know they have a hard point coming up next. Well, Moscow hard point, where they're 6-2. Yeah, and again, this is where your vocal leader in Clay, he's letting them know this is still a very long series no matter what.
Yeah, I wish we could hear just that conversation after this map, if they were to lose it. I know they still got a shot, but if they do, I'd be curious just to hear how that conversation goes down. Yeah, I think more pressure on him, for sure. Speaking of Clay, we'll go right over to his POV. Arceus hasn't died a whole lot, but he'll add another death to that stat column. And it's tough. Like, Mac has been so good since he went to the flex. He's been so solid with that AR in hand, but Arceus has been so insane. His simp's been in your face. He hasn't really been able to get rolling here.
Yeah, B's going to be done, and it was this transition that hurt them last time, not getting into their defensive setup. And they get caught again. Abizi, he's going to find 1. Simp with the other 2, and that's all 4 dead. They're going to stack this point. That might be the game. If Simp is able to get across, would be a little bit faster, but it's a triple stack. Here comes the last push.
The last push not in time. It is a dominant 3-0 victory there in the control. And, well, Joe, I think that highlights your concerns about the control matchup here. You thought FaZe had the advantage. They show you exactly why. Maybe not in the most expected way. I don't think we thought that someone was going to wrap streaks to start the game on a 9 spree. That didn't cross my mind, but regardless, they get the win.
Yeah, I mean, NYSL is really that round 1 because the defense was so strong early on. But yeah, RCC's able to get that spree. He doesn't die a lot. He's able to use those streaks to turn into a 1-0 offensive round win. Then you go to a defense where they've been so good. And yeah, just losing that first defense really hurt NYSL. Even right there in that round 3, it was pretty controlled by them up to the transition. They continue to lose those transition gunfights. They have to get into the defensive setup. I always talk about, like, you know, Toronto Ultra, they're so good at it. But that's what NYSL has to focus on. And yeah, I mean, RC's Simp, not crazy in the damage-wise, but that's because it was 3 rounds.
Well, we touched on it a little bit, like, you know, with the prep you're able to do for a team, and the similarity between maybe Surge and Control, at least off the break, like, you can tell they put in work there. The breaks have still been good, and, you know, they've had really good breaks against teams where they've then pinned them in. They've dominated them. They've not gotten a point. They've closed it out. It's just not easy to do against FaZe, to hold them in that long. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a moment that they get through, and it's harder to prep for the next part, right? Like, once it gets a little bit mixy and they get the point, the transition's happening, that's a little harder to scheme around.
Yeah, I mean, you can prepare as much as you want, but when you're getting gun, you're getting gun.
Yeah, and I think Arcides was doing a bit of gunning there in the 3rd map in the series, but it's the best of 9 as we continue on here at Major 3 presented by Game Fuel. Arcides is fired up, pumped up. He's been on. He was streaming early. He's been ready to fry, and fry he does. But we go to a hard point as NYSL try to get back into it after the break.
Download now.
Yo, I'm fucking starving. Oh my god.
Joe, there are a few constants when you talk about Call of Duty esports. One, Scump is the king. We're all playing in his castle. The guy's a beast. Two, if you're hanging out with Doug Sinster-Martin, you should probably check if he's wearing a wire. And three, NYSL, their hardpoint is disgusting.
It is. The last 12 matches, 11-1. What their only loss was in that game 4 yesterday.
What was the Doug Sinster-Martin comment?
We're just going to take a look at their stats. Throughout stage 3, since they added Hydra, how good they've been. It's been dominant.
Yeah, it's been impeccable, and maybe not going to win every one throughout the course of this series. That's going to be very tough to do, considering how many different maps you're going to have to play. Because I had it pulled up earlier, just thinking about how many of those wins. I feel like a majority of them came across like 2 maps, like all but 2 or something like that. I don't have it in front of me anymore. But they're going to have to play some maps they don't have as many reps on. Now, a lot of times when you're a really good hardpoint team, the map matters, obviously, but you'll be all right. It's just this team hasn't been together that long, haven't experienced a best of 9 like this. We'll see if it's going to be good everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 maps you're talking about have been Garrison and Moscow. They won Garrison. We're going to Moscow. Apocalypse is the other one that you can see Atlanta FaZe took that out of the series. So they're 3-0 on Moscow. Atlanta FaZe, though, this is still a very solid map for them. Overall on the year, they're 7-1. They're 2-1 throughout this stage. So before this stage, they were undefeated on it.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's 3 on Apocalypse, 4 on Garrison, 3 on Moscow.
I'm literally telling you,
one
I
went
had
on
it
Raid,
in front of me.
But we're gonna have. So what do we have? We have 1 that they haven't even played though. Then correct?
Yeah, checkmate. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joe, I was trying to do without you in my own brain, and
I had you. I did have it pulled up. I was just trying to help you out.
You've always got my back. You've always got my back, Joe. And that's my bad for not believing in you. I'll be honest, I can't read and listen at the same time, so when I started to read the stats, I didn't hear anything you said. So that's my fault.
Perfect. I appreciate that very much.
I just realized I have this. I have a jar of syrup in front of me that is completely going to waste because Ultra.
Well, yeah, they're Ultra lost. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just pour it on myself for fun later.
I don't know. That doesn't sound too fun. Syrup gets everywhere, but all right. In a box.
Sticky. But yeah. Back to the Moscow. There's Mac. A little turn and burn. We'll see how dominant they can be here, but I feel you're saying the same thing kind of over and over of really good map for NYSL, but also a really good map for FaZe.
Well, I mean, obviously that's just due to their year, but I'm more so saying within stage 3, you know, this is where NYSL has been undefeated, but Atlanta FaZe, it's not like haven't played a ton of Moscow. They're 2-1. Still, like I said, a good map for them. So you have to see where NYSL maybe has that advantage in the hardpoint like they showed in Garrison. Because, I mean, Garrison hardpoint was probably Atlanta FaZe's best hardpoint map.
True. It's our Game Fuel featured player. The greatest and most powerful thing to ever come out of France. He hopped off his POV, but I was loving it.
Now is the end of the setup.
We get posted up, yep. There they go. See if they can hold on. Zep, he's able to take down 2. Asim just barely has the angle to close it out, but Arcees is still here. What, 20 seconds left now on transition. Look at that number 8. That's a BZ all the way on the other side, but Mac, attack. Ready to get that kill on the other side of it's Clay. They got the angles locked down. Clay doesn't realize there's another one there already. It's Arcees, the hero from that last map that is still alive and well, but Asim didn't like that.
I mean, that was perfect for NYSL, right?
Kills, dude. Abizi kills me. Yeah. No, it was.
I mean, you get, what, 30, 40 seconds on the second hill. You get the early rotations, and then when I say it's perfect, it's Atlanta FaZe. We know how good they are at breaking hill setups. They do it there again. We're able to do it on the second hill. They get spawned out at Old. They just push on through. 4 kills in a row for Atlanta FaZe, and they're on the Fountain Hill.
So how frustrating is that as a team? When you make the perfect play, right? You get the setup, but then you just get like out-skilled. You just get smoked. Is that a triple for Arcees? He's 12-5. I want to know every single thing he has done over the last 2 days. And I'm going to replicate it for the rest of my life.
He has just been unreal in such good form. But yeah, you know, it's just really comes down to how clean it was. You can't go in those 3 to 4 down scenarios on those rotations, because that is when you spawn out. The good thing about having good spawns is when you get trades, you still have the close spawn. That's the advantage. But now we talked about Arcees. BZ also on a 5 spree. They have a 30-point lead, and they turn this into some streaks.
I feel like usually when he's working on streaks, he ego chows 17 people and doesn't get them. So I want to go to an Astro listen and hear the comms, see if he actually tries to get these things.
I need a bus.
You dead.
You gotta go.
Nice, that's on here. I just bus on me.
He's bus, right? Bus?
Killer.
Nice.
I'm going on new.
I get time. Hold bus.
Already on new.
Play one shot new.
Play new.
Go.
Go.
Are we spawn deep? What's pitching? What's it goal?
He's on the car.
Car. Right here.
He's on the car. Let's get scrapped. MC, I'm in.
Okay.
He's on the
Nice.
Hold on.
Not peeking. He's not peeking.
Good sheet fight.
Last time in MC.
Yeah.
He's dead.
How'd you get?
He's on the couch.
Give me another guy glove.
He's on the couch.
Half place. There's gonna be a glove one half of time.
I don't see anything SQs.
I'll see him.
I don't see SQs.
They're taking. They're
Left
glove
me.
fighter.
I have your SQs. I don't see anything.
Right.
Remember, they're gonna overswing.
I have your left.
Yes, I have
Left.
Another one left. See if they I think they're spawning.
It's some time. He's taking corner. Get the scrap.
P2 right now. How many PS?
Yeah, they're spawning street. About time, Mac. Wait.
I'm reloading.
He's counting right. Still there.
Oh, nuclear one shot.
Nice, Alex. Stay alive.
Nuclear one shot. Good shot.
Alex, stay alive. Big time. That's big time.
Played it.
Nice. 3 dead. Who's spawning out?
Hydra. Go. I get time.
Who's spawning out? I'll see him closet.
Yep. I'll see closet. I'm flashing.
Top cop.
I got shot.
I can't.
Street dead. One street in Clay.
Miss his name.
Auto me, Clay.
I'm trying to hit front. Hit you. Stay in back.
How about that? I'm on a 4.
They're spawning street. Yeah, they're spawning street. Okay.
Yeah, it's Clay.
I'm gonna pinch front.
What'd you think, Joe?
I mean, just talking about, right, who are we looking for? Where is he? Everybody stay alive. I mean, great from Atlanta FaZe, and they're just slaying so well. It was a back and forth affair until this point. They're able to spawn NYSL out. They get those 40 seconds. And who is it again on a streak? It's Arcides. 17 and 11. He's got a wild one with Clay. Clay does win that one, thoh. And with that, that's going to be 3 dead. This could be a pivotal moment for NYSL, at least to get some time and to stop this from getting away from them.
Can we rewind to one thing real quick? Before listening, what did I say?
That Abizu was going to jump out and die, yeah.
He literally got one bullet in someone, lunged out a window like a maniac, got stuck in the face with a nade. Like, I don't think he cares about streaks. He just wants to run.
Yeah, he just wants to keep fighting, right? Yeah. But on the rotation over to our third hill, NYSL, they were trying to get a couple of players from Atlanta FaZe to spawn in at old. Atlanta FaZe, they're going to try and lock this down, and they do a really good job on the rotation. Celium all the way pushed out, and he can kind of tell where this push is coming from.
See if they can hold it. Joe, do you feel like this is like, is this the map that, I don't know, can really, really shift the tides of this? Just considering the hard points is what you rely on, and you go up 3-1 if you're FaZe.
Yeah, your next 3 game modes in this are S&D, control S&D. So 100%, this could be the map for Atlanta FaZe. If they win this, they may win the whole major.
That's how I feel, and that's why I think, like, as much as there is pressure on NYSL, I gotta feel if you're FaZe, you're feeling that too. Like, I imagine the comms now, it's got to get to a point where it's like, boys, we close this out, we're winning this thing. They got the pressure to do that. Granted, they got a little cushion with that pressure, as they've got a massive lead, but we'll see if NYSL can bounce back. And Clay, rally the troops and get them going. They can test this late into the map. Clay trying to do it himself as he's able to get the headshot onto Cell. Nobody.
Well, yeah, Clay's doing it himself. Clay's doing it himself, but so is Arcides. I mean, you have the rotation for NYSL, but Arcides killed his entire team, and now they have their close spawns. That was a chance for NYSL to put together a nice hill, but Arcides just completely shuts that down. Now Clay's got to go and try to make a desperate play.
It just really feels like right now with like the top 3 teams, we can argue all day about who's got the higher skill ceiling. I still would argue FaZe has the most talented roster, but it just really feels like whoever is on point, as 4 go down, that's a big moment for NYSL maybe, but not much time to get. You will get mid control, but it just really feels like whoever is just, yeah, a little bit more prepped, a little bit more on point. It's going to be the small things between these types of teams.
Yeah, small things, and also Arcides maybe in the best form we've ever seen him.
Is he evolving?
26 and 15.
Like
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. He might be hitting his final stage, yeah. But you said it was 4 down, but Atlanta FaZe, they fight right on back. Hydra, our game field feature player, having a solid game as a sub. Considering you're down 70, he's right around even. But with Cell and Arcides playing this way, it's just so tough on a map like Moscow for NYSL to get comfortable.
Yeah, I think there were times that, you know, you just saw Sipinabisi take over so often. Not that you forget about what Arcides and Cell can do, but you get reminded that they are just as talented. And that is what is so frightening about the team, is they have been insane. Cell will kill Arcides, but they're lights out. They are up 100. They are close to going up 3-1. And as you said, with the next 3 maps the way they are, it doesn't cement it, but it does not look good for NYSL.
Again, you know, you get on that rotation. They're just trading Arcides. He's just making sure that that player's down. You never know.
Well, I was wondering, do you think, like, Simp seems like a nice kid, but he's got to know he's the best. You hear this French Simp stuff, you hear the comments, you lose to him in that one-on-one, which you want a gunfight and don't get it. He's got to want to smoke him, right? He's got to.
But I think this entire major has been redemption for Atlanta FaZe. They didn't have the strongest group stage. People are wondering what the heck's going on. They lost to Toronto Ultra. NYSL is on the up and up, and yeah, with the Hydra attention, with the Toronto Ultra attention, Atlanta FaZe is saying, hey, don't forget about us. We won the first one. We got second in the second one. We're here to play.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm wondering, like, obviously the main focus is the win, right? Like that's the redemption, the win. But I just feel there's got to be a little bit added here between the history with Clay and all the talk around Hydra, all the gassing of Hydra. You know, a little bit better of a KD than him in Hardpoint. We've been gassing him up. Hydra's been a beast, but I don't know. If you're a competitive player in any esport or sport, and you hear it, you see it, you want to shut people up 100%. Let's check out the stats. It is a big win there for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, man. I was
really
really
doing that,
focused
but
in
it's
that
not.
game.
It's Arceus who's
I was
really
really focused in that game.
destroying this series.
Well, he was
streams
shooting his
haven't
body.
been bad at
That
all,
was why he
man.
was, like,
Honestly,
shooting his body
this
forced
morning
type thing, you know?
sucked. Like the
Okay,
stream
I mean,
itself
maybe. I
wasn't
think he's
bad.
just
It
doing
was
it
just
because he's double
like
positive.
the stream was good. It was just
basic.
gameplay.
I mean, it was destroying
Gameplay
the
sucked.
control. Arceus is
just-
on fire.
yeah,
and
I couldn't,
Yeah, you go
like-
now to another search and destroy on
I was just
Miami,
dealing
where
with just
this is it. This could be one of those maps NYSL they need to bounce back here.
I just couldn't deal
Oh,
with
what?
it.
You're basically
So,
double positive.
and then it finally got a little bit better. We got a
streaks
couple
in
dubs
the control.
like towards
You
the
go
end of the
double
stream,
positive
but
there.
oh,
Arceus
dude, it was bad.
is leaving
It was
his
bad.
mark. He has taken over this series as FaZe now commanded. Up 3-1. 2 maps away from taking this best of 9 and getting their second major victory on the year, and a big old Duffy filled with cash. We got another map coming up after the break.
Download now.
You liking that, bro? Honestly? Oh. My man's like, God no! Hey man, you know, I gotta show him off a little bit. What can I say? Bro, that comment though, God damn, look at them cams. That shit was funny as hell. Oh. God damn, he's a thick boy. He's a thick boy.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Bro, I love Nick Merckx and Swag. I swear to God. That they are hilarious on
voting
Twitter,
closes
man.
today. Make sure to get your votes in at callofdutyleague.com. All-Star Weekend. Now there's dashes in there. It's all -- weekend, so don't mess it up. And on May 18th, come back and fill out your All-Star Pick'em bracket. So I'll tell you what, I need to go back and change mine because I don't remember who I picked, but I didn't have Arceus on there, and he's on there just for the last 2 maps.
Damn straight.
Well, Cell won it last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. That was fun. The 1v1, like the gunfight thing, that was different. That was a good time. We've had all-star matches that have been crazy. I mean, back in IW, there were dogs eating each other. I didn't really know what was going on there. That one was a little more easy for me to follow.
I want to fucking bet New York, but why does like my gut
we're a little
just
crazy,
say
but
fucking
here's
was a
the
dog,
again,
a
maps
robot
and
dog.
maps. Yeah, no, I don't know who came up with that one, but that was a crazy meeting.
Seriously, my gut literally says
We're going to
face.
Miami, search and destroy next. NYSL 1-0 throughout stage 3. You know, Atlanta FaZe, they have not played that, but here's a look from No, games 2. Who was it? It was a BZ and Simp making those adjustments in Search and Destroy.
Especially the way fucking R-Cities is flying right now, man.
Outside
Oh my
of love
god.
story to Clay, it feels like we've been taking a turn kind of gassing one of the FaZe players. Because, well, they're up 3-1, and BZ and Simp had the search. RC's has had the respawns. Celium had the nutty plays. Like, they've individually been stepping up. Maybe the stat line in the game isn't balanced, but once we take a look at the overall series, I'm kind of curious where it lies. Because they've all been popping off at their time.
Who you betting, Arnold?
Yeah,
I haven't bet yet. I'm
it's
trying to
well
see
because
what the
NYSL,
record is.
It's all been about the prep work.
But I know FaZe hasn't played this map at
Atlanta
all
FaZe hasn't played Miami
this stage.
Now, I'm sure they can go back, watch some of the old VODs.
But the way that they're frying right now, oh my god, man.
Not a lot of VOD to study here for NYSL.
So the big
I'm gonna bet 5.
for NYSL
I'm gonna bet
winners
5 on
is,
FaZe.
well, one, you get a little extra time to prep, but then you kind of dictate the beginning of the series in the sense what you get to pick the second search and destroy, right? So the Miami was
okay, so FaZe is 2.
the vetoes and then the Miami was their pick. So
okay, so if I lose this, I'm not too bad.
they need this. They need this. They have got to win this search and destroy. We have had since the match last night. I mean, before that, I don't know what happened. It was weird. But since the match last night, it has just been game 5 bangers. I want to go the distance. So, Clay, I'm going to need you to give, hopefully during that break, the greatest speech the world has ever heard. I'm talking Independence Day from the president, like, you know, just dominating it. I hope it was epic.
Ready to go to war. Yeah, ready. With the megaphone standing on top of the truck. Yeah, dude, I remember
I'm actually
that one.
surprised that FaZe is actually playing this map. No bullshit.
All right. See if they can bring it early. As we head to the nightlife of Miami.
Yeesh. Clay almost got smoked.
17 HP. Yeah, yes, he did. That's why he's just running the other way.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that Cell? See, Cell was getting wall banged. Cell's like, nah, like, I'm done. Stop tickling me. Like, I'm not into this. Like, go away.
Oh, daddy.
AR in hand. Set up in the kind of power position we've seen
Simp
here.
running an AR. This should be interesting.
You can either isolate that player or be tough to deal with. They're just going to take it to the other side of the map. They're starting to work their way towards B. Third player, maybe.
Ooh!
Okay, Clay, that wasn't his round. That just wasn't his round.
God damn, a BZ.
Slow offense, right? Down to 30 seconds. That's when you're going to execute. But it's a BZ. Able to find that first kill. He's got a quick back dumpster. They have to go. They're not going to have trophies either, right? So if there's nades from Atlanta FaZe, they can deal with this right away. Bomb is going to be planted. The shots are in. And now with the bomb down, you can make a round of this. But Simp is pushing the flank. But you got to deal with Mac and Hydra. And you know where they're going.
Yeah, it is not a pleasure to deal with that bit of cover you have here. This little back street, whatever you want to call it, it's not fun to deal with, but now it's all to Hydra. Up and over the top he goes. He's got Simp and RCs to deal with. They have been superhuman for this team. He's in between both. Can he get the stacks? One will go down. 1 versus 1. 11 seconds to go. Can he get back to it? He's running. He's running. Not going to happen. No, the movement. What was that? It felt like he was walking.
Well, he didn't have time anyways.
No, he definitely didn't. But it felt really slow.
Bro, he looked so slow there.
I was about to compliment Atlanta FaZe and say I like that from RCs to wait for Simp to jump on down. Hydra just mantles up. But yeah, you get this bomb down, and when those players get away from Garage, they go to that lower dock. That staircase, that is where plays happen. It happens.
Celium, you're staring right
at least find one after planting that bomb.
He is staring at him.
It is on your teammates. And Hydra, he clutches up.
I mean, we've seen one person get in that position, and depending on the time left, like it feels like they can take on an army. Like, literally, one person can just shut everybody down. And they had 2 to deal with. They get the kills, but it comes in too late.
I'd really like to see this go the whole distance.
You get started off right, and you get first blooded.
I don't think NYSL has what it takes to go the full distance.
Will it be more difficult to dictate the pace in a sense that this map's a little bit slower by nature to begin with? Like, it's already going to be slower how they want to play it, but I guess how do you make FaZe play how you want them to here?
Well, it's probably because you're just playing this map. I mean, I think you kind of said it. The fact you're playing this map does slow down Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Dumb question. I answered it myself. Thanks, Joe. Early. 2 kills here for NYSL. wherever Clay seems to look, he is just greeted with bullets over and over again. The team is going to drop there. Clay is able to hit the shots. Arcides loses one of he has lost many gunfights over the course of this series, but there he will get dropped. Now Cell, 1 versus 3. Bomb is out just deep in the sand. There is not anything he can do at all.
I thought maybe that nade was going to connect, but yeah, not enough time. All the Krigs just pointing at him, and you know, Arcides in the 2v4 is able to find the first, and then he's taking the gunfights, and you can't really blame the guy because he is on point these last couple of maps. But Clay's able to shut that down, and now you're up 2 rounds in a row.
Right?
This is key for Atlanta FaZe to get back.
Bro,
on track
Arcides
in
the last
defense.
3 fucking maps has been almost double positive all 3 maps. And I'm like, where you at?
See what they want to do on the hit this time.
He's even, and Cell's not helping him at all, honestly.
Defensively from FaZe.
Not helping him out at all.
Celium going to be lurking mid again, trying to get shots in. They're going to work beach side. And you don't really have a ton of eyes here outside of Arcides. And we've seen one person hold. Incredible from this position. You know, somebody from Insight we've seen shut down a push single-handedly. Will it fall to Alec? The help is coming through, though. It's Celium quickly in transition from mid. And I think Semp starting to head over as well.
Yeah, but NYSL know that, you know, they have some position.
Whoa.
Usually there's players pushed up, but they don't have to deal with that. Arcides backs all the way up. You have Cell here. Does he know his seam is there? Doesn't feel like it right now. Can he get the first? Well, now he absolutely does. Everyone just kind of taking their time. Nobody wants to overpeak. The player moving up is going to be Hydra, but they have to work the bomb again. Cell not able to catch anyone. He's so good with that movement, just playing his life, gaining information.
Oh, we're back to the NYSL offense. You wait till about 20 seconds is left, and then you try to make a play. There's the first blood. But you still got to get this down. And there are still bodies here from FaZe. We'll work across to the plant. Celium tries to catch someone, won't get a great timing. Nice little snap from a BZ. The trade is there. Arcides now in the mix. Nice shots to close it out. As
Bro, I don't know what I'm watching. No bullshit. I don't know what I'm watching.
Bide your time. You wait till that 20-second mark, and I got to think that opening kill from Mac is.
I mean, from how destructive they were in the control and the hard point.
Like,
to then
Clay
literally
is
going to
driveway,
this.
Right? Because there could be a player in that spot.
That's crazy to me.
The main player is Mac getting the bomb down. He has to get that down with the time remaining.
The problem is FaZe has not
played
played this map
at the right
at
time,
all
and what a BZ has to shoot at him.
They don't know what to do.
Hydra to know there's a player
they
in
have
that
no
position.
idea what to do.
He covers the bomb planner. And is able to work
the
that
map
trade.
is so large,
Even with man advantage,
and they have to play it so slow due to the fact that it's surge. They have no idea what the fuck to do.
Right time, and now look at this. This is a 4-hit B on defense from NYSL.
Trying to change the pace a little bit. You lull him to sleep, then you strike. Not able to catch one, and now FaZe. They know what's
like, that's a free bomb plant, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the opposite side. Bomb going down. He's got cover from the ship. And now you've got to get them used. You've got a bit of map to progress across. You get one person here, but Simp is
like,
still
yeah,
here.
it's like they're fucking clueless.
Well, look at Clay. He takes the long route, and it's going to turn into a kill. It's going to turn into a kill. Simp's like, all right, I got to get to my teammates, but Clay goes all the way around. Now 20 seconds left.
I don't get it.
Arcides, he's ready for it. He is ready for it, able to find the first Cell on that boat. Could be so strong, but it's down to Arcides.
1 versus 2, and Mac, the first blood hero of the last round.
They're clueless. They're fucking clueless. They have no idea what the fuck to do. I don't get it. Why is a BZ using a Krig? I get that you're on a large map, but you're sitting in a corner while my man Mac or whoever the fuck it was is piecing you and making you his bitch. Holy shit! What are y'all doing?
Simp probably thinking that is like, I got to try and catch these guys, or my teammates
that is
are going to
ridiculous.
get punished and isolated. And Clay,
New York's literally just giving them the middle finger right now. No bullshit.
And even just like I don't know.
I mean, Mac, you got Mac 5-1, Hydra 6-3, Clayster and Asim barely really not even doing anything. But then if you look at the side of FaZe, BZ's 2-4, Celium's 1-4. I'm like, bruh.
That's
What are y'all
interesting thing you say
doing?
about kind of trusting your teammates. How long does that kind of take to develop when you have a new squad? Is it pretty instant if things are vibing? I got to imagine it's a big part of the squad.
Yeah, I mean, these guys seem to have a lot of trust in each other, the way they play, especially hardpoint. And I mean,
100%.
that's just the situation, though, right? I mean, Clay knows I have to get on this defuse. So as much as like that's him trusting his teammate, he just also knows it's the only way they can defuse the bomb.
I guess I'm more meant in general, just like, you know, relying on your teammates, the belief in them. I'm sure for some teams maybe a little bit harder than others. But when you see instant success, it makes it probably a whole lot easier. As Celium, this time a much needed first blood, but instantly gone as Hydra is ripping people at range with a sub in hand. And Mac now 6-1, 6 in a row. What a map Mac is having is, we haven't said his name a lot throughout the course of this series so far. It's been kind of quiet.
Dude, I just don't get it.
He's winding up.
Just don't get it. They're handing them the round on a silver platter.
Responding in such a
pretty much what they're doing.
way.
No bullshit.
Gonna be up 5-0.
It's like somebody's whispering in their ear, just like, "Hey, let it go the distance."
Does he get full streaks? Probably does. Gun is in just to try to find out where he's at, and I think they're just gonna try to bait for Mac. Try and bait for him, and it doesn't work out, but they get the round win.
Oh wait, he killed Mac too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, yeah, Mac kind of got smoked,
I thought he didn't get the kill, and I was like, oh, he actually gets it too.
He got
So
he
that backfired. That backfired completely. Because where did we see it? What, in the Optic Ultra match? They set up Cammy.
I was just stuck with my gut, man. No bullshit.
That's
I actually had a bet up ready for New York, and I took it down thinking because of how hot FaZe was, I was like, okay, there's no shot. Like, they won 3 in a row.
Because I know this sounds insane, but
should have just stuck with my gut, second guess myself.
Forever ago.
Fucking annoying, man.
Played it more.
I mean, it's $5 at the end of the day, but like, still, it's just kind of annoying, you know.
It's been a while.
Oh, bro.
But
like, 100%.
Yeah, one of their default strats, right? Just aggression out of B. But NYSL, they 4-stacked this again, so they're there for the trades. We're quickly into it. Well, one-on-one now.
A one-on-one for the map. Captain Clay. Father Time. Looking to cement this one. With a massive lead.
You got the guy going 1 in 5 right now, and he's facing Clay that's on, I mean, literally Clay's just hot.
You see the bomb just hanging out. Clay can't find it though.
At least they got one. At least they didn't get a fucking donut.
And FaZe
like Jesus.
Finally get their first round.
Bro, I'm gonna need some fucking Jameson or more Jameson.
Back to
after
Beezy's able to
watching
get
this
two
game.
there. He's got a player right behind him. I think that's who Mac's able to take down. That forces the 2v2, and then yeah, just quick trades around that B site. And as you said, finally get on the board for Atlanta FaZe to try to win 1 round at a time.
I don't know what they're thinking. I just. Oh, dude, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm literally like I'm playing custom matches right now. That's what I feel like I'm watching right now.
Just sort of like, all right, we're getting smoked.
Look, they're triple stacking B,
we lose, we lose.
and you've got
let's just try to bring it back and win it round by round.
NYSL is triple stacking A.
But there's no pressure. No one expects you to win.
BZ, or I think it was Arcides fucking puts on an. Yep, there's a BZ. Easy kill.
After losing the one-on-one, we'll get the first blood. Of course, it's Arcides on the other end of it. Lurking his way up at the bomb. And we saw him do this a couple rounds ago. Seam. Just biding his time. We'll wait till about the 20-second mark and we'll plan our attack. But no, they find the opener there. Lovely team shot, as he said.
Yeah, and then they're just going to try and cross this bomb. I mean, I was wondering what they were going to do. It seemed, though, he has to play his life. He is under pressure. There's not a lot of time, so he kind of has to go, and Sim's here. So now, what does this team want to do with the bomb? Him and Mac, they have to pick and choose. Simp is getting all the information, and now Arcides knows there's a better team shot with a 74U. That's bomb. That could be round. And I think it will be. Mac, just not enough time to do everything.
And is that just one of the unfortunate consequences of taking your time in some of these offenses? Like, you get caught in transition there for 30 or so seconds.
Literally
You
no
can't plant
pressure
the bomb
at all.
in the middle of the street, unfortunately. And what was he supposed to do when Arcides had eyes?
Well, that's just, I mean, Miami Search. You know, we have seen this a lot of the times. Just kind of develop and teams taking middle of the map, and then, you know, a player drops on one side. They're thinking, we're good. There's a response. They want to try to wrap it the other way. But he gets caught. Yeah, I mean, you would love for him maybe to be in a spot where he can go back all the way through hotel. But 30 seconds left, just caught in the middle of the map. It's tough.
Bro, if they come back, I don't even know what I'll do.
What
Honestly,
do I do?
there's no shot.
Yeah, put a
There hasn't
trophy on
been a
his feet.
single
He's like,
team
"You guys
in the
gotta help
CDL
me. You have to
yet
help me."
that has actually
Yeah.
come back from 5-0 to 6-5 and won the game.
Well, from 5-0 to 5-2.
Has not been one single team that literally had 0 and went 6 straight. NYSL is the only team that actually was losing 5-1 and came back and won it 6-5. And they won 5 straight. Them and I think FaZe are the only, or I think, no, FaZe was 4-1, but NYSL is the only one that's done it and they were 5-1.
Curious to see how Atlanta FaZe play this, because you have a team in a really sneaky spot, but the B players, they aren't on the site, so I'm wondering if you're going to rotate this bomb off. No, they are not. So they're going to force Abizi and Simp to work the middle of the street to find the picks. And Abizi, he's like, yeah, I could do that. I'm down to work the middle of the map. There is a quick trade, but this round on Asim, he could end it right here.
Lurk roll, it pays off, and the trade not there yet. Celium trying so desperately to hunt it down. There he gets the kill. 2 versus 2. Play. Next up the bat. 12 seconds to go. As you mentioned, it could happen on Miami, where you've got little to no time to work with. Simp's got to be the point man, the cover man. As his teammate looks to plant, he's able to do it. Bomb gets planted. Mac now, 1 versus 2. And he be the hero that NYSL are starting to desperately need.
Oh boy. Noel Cell, he's been so good at this, using his movement to stay alive. Buys the information. Simp watching the cross, still has a nade. He's got another nade, just gonna slow him down, make this even harder. Cell peeks again, Simp with the shots.
Bro, my heart,
staying
like
alive,
right now, my dick is in
at a
my
time.
ass, and my heart is up my throat right now.
Like if
I have half a lung in my large intestine. Like,
he's staying alive.
What am
it
I
does not
watching
look fun
right
to
now?
Try and kill him whatsoever.
No, I mean, I think Chance was talking about it last series. This guy, I don't know. He might have like the strongest right thumb in the world. He really may. Like, the dude is constantly moving, constantly crouching.
Varsity thumb war
I
champ
don't even
ability.
know, bro.
Yeah, just both of them though.
Hey, that's impressive. I mean, some people are good with 1 thumb. Being good with 2. Whew.
Oh, I'm pretty good with 1 thumb, that's for sure.
3 in a row.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, yeah.
You start to think, if you're in YSL, you know, you go from feeling really good about the map to every round that pressure creeps in a bit. And up over the wall goes Cell. They're all in front. Oh, Lord Almighty.
Look at
I don't know
this,
how
look at this.
everyone's alive, but he stays alive for a while. They get a kill mid-map as well. Man advantage to FaZe. Unreal.
You're both
It's
staring at the
opening,
same
though.
fucking door!
In the back alley. So both Arcties and Abizi.
Oh my god, they're staring at the same
Right
door! Move! Get up! Do something! For the love of God, please.
I'm here to check in.
Please!
Surprise! Team France coming at you. One does get out, but right into Mac, who is waiting. They can win it here. 25 seconds to go. Simp, 1 versus 2.
Bro, they can't be this stupid. No bullshit. There's no way they can be.
Doesn't finish it. Still got a plant. That is not an easy gunfight at that range. He's on 5 in a row, but
Bro, what am I watching,
matter.
man?
if he
Honestly.
somehow pulls off this clutch, the good thing is, I guess they don't get set up to that naughty dock you were talking about. But it's not a whole lot easier from this. POV is 180s right now out of Simp, but the movement not gonna matter. NYSL
Bro,
close it out.
why in
You
the
know they were
absolute
starting to feel the
fuck,
pressure.
dude,
FaZe was
Simp
bringing
and
it back.
Abizi think the best move
But
is
they
to
get it done
lay
and-
down
yeah,
on top of
exactly.
each
Just
other and look at one
Creeping
fucking
up the
door.
mid-street, catching him off guard.
I got paid.
Open up that FaZe defense.
Yeah, I mean, they just take the risk. Abizi and Arcees, nobody watches the flank. That forces Abizi to have to try and make a play. He runs into another NYSL player, and yeah, they knew where Simp was because he took down Clay in the middle of the map. They're able to get the bomb down. Nobody over challenges. NYSL, much needed, still alive in this series.
Well, we're right back to kind of where we started in the sense of just thinking of these 2 teams battling. You figure there's going to be some splitting with regards to the search from the hard point. The big question, the spotlight still on the control. And And that's going to be the big thing. Can NYSL, can they get a control victory? Is there a 3 in this best of 9? But stats-wise, Hydra, dude, again, he just went from a 0.5 to dominating, just picking it up, making the plays. And it seemed to happen so quickly for him. I don't know. The guy's nuts.
Yeah, he's just confident. He's got it under his belt right now.
You gotta like it. A little creepy. Lurk right up the street, makes the play, and they are able to take it. And yes, as you said, one step closer, little.
I need more fucking whiskey. I'll be right back.
Smiles from Asim, NYSL. They're alive and well within this series. As the best of 9 marathon continues on. It's the Major 3 final presented by Game Fuel, and we've got more coming at you after the break.
We've come a long way, paid our dues, measured by the scoreboard, and valued by social currency. We travel to cities while representing ours, gone from one team to the next, We've taken the battlefield as brothers, as friends, as champions, as kings. We didn't come to play esports, we came to define it.
Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
I just don't get. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I mean, they just got really fucked.
Brian, you know what I'm doing right now? I know you know what I'm doing right now. You can hear it.
Download free now. You have come for adventure. But the Baron wants to break you.
Let's take a look at all 8 players. The trust, belief in each other, their teammates, their squad mates. And Joe, I'll tell you what, I couldn't be happier to have a teammate like you.
Thanks, man. If you are the hard carry, you're the GOAT. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's just an honor to be here.
I hate you. Well, all right, let's get back into this. And it's the control,
serious.
right? That's what the focus is on. Well, I love you. I appreciate the gas, man. It's like Clay, you know, gas and Hydra. You bring me up when I need it, man. It's fantastic stuff, but entering today, that's the control KD ranks, and that's out of 59 players. So outside of Mac, it's not great, considering they're a top 3 team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly that. The way that their hardpoint is looked in, you know, it's a respawn mode. So usually that kind of translates, but it hasn't for NYSL. And, you know, we looked at map number 3, Garrison Control. It was all Atlanta phase. It was RC's going on a big spree, wrapping score streaks. You don't see that every day. Now, I guess the one good thing is we're going to checkmate control. This is a map for Atlanta phase. They don't play it that often. They haven't played it in stage 3. So maybe NYSL, they find an opening here.
I'm going to
How incredible
NYSL.
it would be. We were a bit worried after the hard point that might be the moment it really shifted it, and it did. But just for
I don't know.
a second,
I'm betting NYSL.
Really
Only
took over
because
Search and Destroy, but
FaZe
how
has not
big
played this
a
map.
control win would be.
Like control on this map
Can they catch
at
FaZe,
all
or does
stage 3.
Arceus come out and dominate yet again?
And
Hoping for a
NYSL is
competitive
good
one,
at
'cause, yeah,
checkmate.
the
They're really
last
good
one,
at checkmate. So
like,
they're 5
it
and
just-
6,
got
but
out of
FaZe is
control
only
so
2 and
fast.
2. So we'll see how it goes.
I get it. Got out of control. Yep. I like that one, Miff.
That wasn't even
Plus, if you
intentional.
watch
That
the
was my brand
first
being good.
control, if you go back and watch it, the rounds
like I said,
themselves were
you know,
pretty damn
NYSL
close,
1 and
except
2
for the
throughout
last
stage
one.
3, Atlanta phase, they have not played this. They're only 2 and 200 on the year. So if that tells you anything, they're home.
Yeah, I
has
know,
really
right?
been
I just want to
operating
see.
very
I
simple
really want to see
control.
this whole thing go to fucking map 5 or map 9. I would
so good
love
here.
for the first
Search,
ever Like the
not
first
the same at
ever
all, but,
final,
like,
we
they've
literally only saw
really impressive
6
wins on
maps.
this map. Just, yeah, don't see the
Second
control all
final,
that
we
often.
saw 8 maps.
See what it
No,
looked like.
yeah,
There's
8
been a lot
maps
of
because
conversation around
Toronto won
phase. The
5-3.
past 2 stages have
I
been
would really
more
love to
wide
see
than
it
the map.
go
It
the
just
distance
hasn't
and go
been
9
one.
maps.
See a ton.
Yeah, and I think maybe for them, thinking Ultra is their biggest threat, where do you think you're going to play the most control versus them? It's Garrison and Raid, and that has been the case. So maybe that's why we didn't see it too much in Stage 3.
Well, yes, and also the fact that 99% of the time you're playing a best of 5. If you're good at 2 controls, you're fine. And the only time you have to worry about all of them is the final. That's it. And you probably still feel okay if you're FaZe if you're good at 2 and 3.
Yeah, they're feeling okay
Oh,
so
bro, the
far
way
in
FaZe
this
is
round, that's
fucking
for
them up,
sure.
though.
Up 6 lives, full map control, no progress done on
includes-
any of the objectives.
That's the thing though, is that NYSL was
The
5 and
respawns
9,
right now,
FaZe is 2
they're
and
not
2.
giving
So
NYSL an inch.
you would think, hey, I've got more experience on this map.
Given absolutely
Even though statistics
nothing.
show that they're
all
even,
spawning up right now with
it's
10
like, well,
seconds
you never
left,
know.
And they're just being
But
greeted
FaZe
by
is
Cellium.
running them over. I mean, the
Varsity
Seam
is
has
hanging
0
out there, so
kills.
Spawn, he's building the house. Lord knows what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess we're right back to what we saw in the last control. At least you don't have 7 streaks for Arcades, but they just never found a foothold whatsoever. It was locked down by FaZe.
Well, they got to be careful because I don't think Abisi died throughout that round. So he's on 5 or 6. We'll have to see when we spawn it around 2. But there is a player or 2 working on some streaks for the side of Atlanta FaZe. So this breakoff could determine that. Yeah, 5 and 0. We'll see if he can turn that into anything. You know, not the craziest on checkmate with all the cover overhead.
Bro,
but
they have
we've seen some plays, especially around
5
you know, that
kills.
B point. If you can just put the artillery down front wood,
They got
where the
5
defensive teams cannot
kills
run into it, that buys
whole
you
round.
enough time
What the
to
fuck?
win you that round.
Well, yeah, I mean, streaks are almost always going to be a good thing, and like, unless you're Kleenex, like, you're going to get something out of it.
He just keeps going.
Yeah.
You know, he found number 6, but he just ran into the pre-fire.
Yeah, that's all he does. He does not care about streaks at all. I'm starting to think he doesn't even want them. Like, he doesn't want the responsibility of it or something. Like, he's like, I don't want streaks. I don't need them.
On my own score streak, it's not a problem. I got this.
Trust me, if you hadn't noticed that before I said it in the last one, or in that the map 4, start to really pay attention to it. It's every time. Tell me the last time you saw a BZ call a streak in.
Heck if I know.
He hasn't used one this entire year because he just runs.
You got 1 bullet to Seam. Oh my god.
Go find me a clip of him using a streak.
I'm sure somebody will. I'm sure somebody will. I feel like he's had to at least get it once, but.
Find me one.
Well, you needed a response from NYSL. You're getting one here. Atlanta FaZe had good map control, but it has been all subliners. That's 4 dead.
There we go.
Talking about streaks, yeah, NYSL. They're starting to work on some as the Seam's on 4 in a row.
Finally, Seam. Reload the fucking gun.
Offense. Give it right back to him.
Dude, I do not get why pros don't reload their fucking guns.
Just lurking. That's not going to be a fun death as you're getting shot in the back.
Drives me. It actually drives me nuts when you are a pro and you do not know how to reload your fucking gun.
No offense. This reminds me. It's like a one of those wintertime NFL games you're watching. It's like a 6-3 game. Your Browns are probably playing because they're scoring 6.
Like, my man Asim had 1 bullet. He thought he was really going to do something with that. Motherfucker, you had
But,
1
no,
bullet.
This reminds me of stage 1. I mean, just nobody could really get anything on offense. We didn't see it that much because it was so defensively favored.
So it's back to that whole combo. Who's going to strike first on offense? Here we are again. Yeah.
Who is going to strike first on offense? God, fucking New York, you got to figure something out.
Around 5, it could come down to those skills.
Dude, honestly, I was telling Chief about this yesterday. I reload. I'll shoot 4 fucking bullets in Warzone. I'll reload.
Will carry a 4 streak into this. Well,
It drives. Yeah, of course. It drives me nuts if I don't fucking reload.
Trying to be the playmaker as 2 of his teammates drop around him. And well, he touched the zone for just a bit to remind him it's there.
Yeah, I thought FaZe actually had one. They were very close on A last round, just off the break, but they didn't get done with that first pick. And now you're kind of in this position again where the offensive team has no map positioning. I've seen with some nice shots onto Abizi, they open up that A lane. But they're fighting over plane. Maybe with that 2 from Hydra, they can get going.
45 to go. You only got a couple more pushes, really.
I think they got to get A, and then it's just going to come down to fucking time.
There's 2.
Or it's going to come down to
Play,
lives.
though, at least able to stay up, but Arcides, again, it's somebody just pushing forward towards the
But
spawn.
I mean, yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I fully get it. Like, you know, you're afraid that like you're going to get to a position because there's a lot of times where I have died reloading.
Just get right.
But I'm like, man, I've got to reload, bro, because if I run into a full squad, I need the bullets.
Well, if no one gets a single, if no one gets any part of the objective, like let's just assume that's going to be the case and hop forward.
Hold on.
Arcides just check. Here we go. Give me a tick. Come on. Give me a tick.
Give me a tick.
NYSL
I'm so done with Maven.
First.
It might get a whole zone here. A BZ takes down his teammate. You still have two on it. Are they going to give this up? They are. Okay, so they're just going to keep the advantage that they have. They're going to back up and force NYSL to play off of this. They're able to get 2.
How clean can they transition this? Semp is going to be the guy that can probably disrupt this. Another teammate falls. It's the tiny tears. They're the ones that are going to collapse. What a great job from a BZ.
Bro, how does a BZ stay alive in that? Motherfucker's got 2 HP.
Pounces in and
what?
Clean transition now gone. Arcides gets 3.
My man had 2 HP. Like, bitch, die.
Arcides probably gets some freebies.
Yeah, no, he looked like a breakdancer. He was sliding backwards, sideways, and then jumping
Asim
up.
just
And
got
now
stuck.
He's hitting people in the face.
The
with
amount of people that
grenades.
have been stuck with a grenade in this game is
compared to a
hilarious.
young Tom
100%.
Brady.
I don't think Tom Brady can breakdance.
Tom Brady can do anything, Joe. That's insane. We got another shot. It's going to be 2 down again with 25
You gotta
seconds
push up.
to
You
go.
can't sit there
Another
forever.
bullet probably gets it, but Clay finishes it. Zeldo just lurking, waiting, biding his time to pounce and close out this round. And it'll be their turn. See what they can get done on offense. It'll be a contest for now as everything comes to a standstill and Clay just slithering, sliding right on through. Unfortunately, though, none of his teammates going to kill. Clay's trying to do it all himself. Down to 4 seconds. That's your teammate. Teams from Clay. Simp is in. Simp, though, able to get both, and FaZe will hold on at the second objective. But now the pressure on them to get something done today. That was, I mean, that was, Clay gave him a shot, right?
Yeah, almost great plays out of Clay. I mean, you know, you're in a 5v8. I think it was the lives around that. You know, Clay, if he's able to find another kill, that could turn into a stack at B. That's when things get very messy for the defensive teams. Now can Atlanta FaZe do the same thing? We see some breaks too. I wonder, like, maybe off the break if they try to go towards B off the start.
God, Max got us. I mean, all of New York really just need to step it up this round. Like, they need to fry.
That might be it.
Come on, man. Give me a fucking game.
He lived in the plane the surge. Might as well get back to their natural habitat. It's Air Force.
Oh, Asim, if you could have snapped on him, I think I would have, like, came in my pants.
Zemp is still here, though. 4 in a row, and again, just able to sneak away with his life. The help comes in the form of Arcides. Haven't really gotten
I don't think he saw Mac, though.
But they have a presence here in plane. Oh, he almost gets the snap, but that'll be 3 down now as Clay, Asim, Mac, and Asim again. They get on board every trophy. Get it off the map. Ooh.
Well, you get back.
Oh my God, Asim, chill the fuck out. Jesus.
Cannot find anything on offense, and they're already down 7 lives. They are trapped on their side of the map. As Mac is finding kills, Asim with another one. Play adds on to that, and yeah, I mean, the way we're thinking, they're gonna have to have another offensive round, and they have found nothing.
It's odd to me, and obviously it's one of the thrilling things about Call of Duty is we have the various modes, but what are they good at usually in Search? The attack.
Bro, look at Sim run like, what am I watching, dude? This man's running, what the fuck?
Best, but this map can be tough, and you're playing intense competition here in NYSL. As again, they just set up a wall to lock out FaZe.
Come on.
You won't see
Give me a show, New York. Give me a show. Tie this bitch up 3-3.
Yeah, two better defense. They're two horrible offenses. Really.
Give me a show.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Not great from Atlanta FaZe. But
I want to see a map 9, dude. I want to see
the
it.
objective work that New York
If New York's really going to show that they're better than FaZe, I want to see a map 9. I want to see it.
Here, or the series is going to be tied up 3-3.
Said it many times. In NYSL, get that control win. They so desperately need in this best of 9. This is
oh my god, bro! My heart is in my ass right now.
They just gotta do it one more time. Sometimes it's hard to find things in threes.
There's that switch up though. They're on the B. They're on the B. You have a lot of map positioning. They switched off their break off. They're able to get 3 down. Clay trying to make the play. You're on both points. They're just finding the kills right now. NYSL, they gotta group up.
Well, this is probably the first time they've had to scramble, right? Like, it's been pretty comfortable for the most part. Now you just feel the pressure. It's like, where do we go? How do we pick this up? They got to pick a site and they got to push it out. They're going to hit towards B. They fly in, Simp, ready and waiting. They're able to take him out, but A just about to finish up. It gets secured. And Clay takes down 2 at least to make sure there's nothing clean, no funny business from FaZe to get across quickly. As Clay has had a ton of multi-kills throughout this.
It really has, but Arceus was able to find 1. And
no,
Arceus
Clay, oh my god, the
they
timing of that is
control.
ridiculous.
Look at this, the transition is
the
in.
fucking timing of that.
2 players up top. I mean, Matt could Asim, and Asim, he finds 2
Asim, keep it going, bro.
Slow things down. Abizi, the last one alive. You would love to see him stay up. He goes for the challenge.
Abizi went for a challenge? Nah.
Yeah, he did.
Lives. You're up 2 if you're FaZe, and you got a lot of time. I mean, that was the cleanest capture we've seen. You had over 2 minutes to work with. It's not the end of the world he gets shut down, but Asim, he's the one that gets it done. Can you trade effectively here if you're NYSL? Avoid the big playability of FaZe. Win it here. Tie it up. Let's go the distance. I want a map 9. We'll cast all night. Joe and I have to be up at 4 a.m. for a flight to LA tomorrow. Can't wait.
Well, Asim, he was on a spree. He would have had number 5. But they just kind of play around the kills right now with a minute left. They're only down to 9. Yet you see Sim's position as well off a spawn. He's going to be cutting them off, selling the plane. They're going to stop the clock. This is beautiful from Atlanta FaZe with the map control. They do take down Sim, but there's not a stack. And because there's no
Max stuck him.
Wait, 1 is a stick. The boys hit their shots.
It's all dead.
And they'll retake
4 in
it.
a row.
They'll retake it, and that massive life advantage gone for now. But it's back to what we, early checkmate, that battle of attrition. Will it come down to the lives? We've had some epic moments.
Clay,
here.
hurry and get off that. Hurry up and do a
4
flank like you're thinking about it.
Around the point. Can we get there? Quality beams again from Clay as the wall bang is in, but it's Abizi. He is soaring.
Him and Cell able to find some kills with 25 seconds left. Even though you're down 4, your biggest ally is the clock right now. Abizi trying to find anyone off spawn. The contest is in. Asim and Clay find kills. Abizi, though, is still here.
Oh my god, bro. I'm going to throw up. If NYSL win this, I'm throwing up.
10 seconds. Asim, he's going to find 1. They have to get on the point with man advantage. They got to go.
7 seconds, they're on it. No respawns remaining. It's just going to be on Asim now. It's just on Asim to make the play. 5 seconds.
He might have done it.
Coming in is Arceus.
He might have done it.
Is soaring in. He can't.
No! Oh my god, no! Why did you get up, bitch? Why did you get up? You were on the ground. You had it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I thought Asim made the plays. It was Simp on one end, Asim on the other, but it's Arceus and that Diamante. That thing is like a pocket shotgun for him. He does not miss. He wins that 1v1. I think it's done.
Why in the world, if you're laying down, you know you're weak, why try, and you're aiming down sights, why try and jump up and hip fire? Stay aimed down and then just work your way up if you get shot.
I don't know where he's going.
Oh my god,
He's out
bro.
of there. Let's take a look at it one more time. And I know some, maybe you don't love checkmate control, but it leads to moments like this. Intense in the lives count.
Jesus
Clock at a
Christ.
standstill.
I need a fucking
It's a blast.
breather after that match.
Well, and I mean, Simp,
No
if he doesn't
bullshit.
get a multi here, the game's
I need a
probably done.
breather.
Because someone trades that with Asim no matter what. So
Bro,
beautifully
he
done
dead
by
ass.
him. While you have
All
Asim
he had
going
to
off,
do.
It's Simp on the other
He goes
side.
up.
Easy was still here, and
Because
you're
I
into this
think-
4v7,
I
but
gotta
everyone
figure this
besides
out. All I
Abizi is
know
off of
that
spawn.
they were up top.
So
and he
everybody's kind of
waits. He gets
repositioning, getting
RCs.
ready
I'm like,
for
okay,
this
bet.
push.
Pulls a
But
Beezy
watch
right
number
off.
7. Simp is currently on the point
Fucking
right
Mac gets
now,
one.
and he just has to play his life. It's
Simp's
down to him,
15
and he
HP.
guns 2.
And
he
RCs
guns
comes
2
through.
and what? We're
He's
down to
he's got
2
11 bullets.
seconds. RCs is there
Oh,
with
dude,
1.5.
he fucking
Yeah,
he
if he wins that, it's
like,
done.
like,
It's
what
over.
are you
Oh, yeah,
doing,
100%.
dude?
100%. The other player was
You
off
had
the spawn
it.
a bit, but he's not getting
Like
there
he
in a second
actually
and a half.
had it. All he had to
Asim
do was.
nearly the
Oh
hero.
my god, man, that just
But it's
pissed me off.
RCDs again in a control that comes up huge. They take the advantage again. Well, a 2-game advantage, that is. They're up 4-2. Stats-wise, Asim, you have a great map. On the other side of it, pretty balanced, but Simp leading the way from a kill standpoint.
With looking
Seldo's
above his
-4,
Hydra.
but he's got the most
Good
damage on
Hydra,
the squad.
man. 18
Well, not
and
napping on a map like this
27.
with
Oh
ARs,
my
right? You're
god.
just putting
Yeah, just
damage
shoot,
in,
just
especially
shoot.
inside the plane.
Oh, unbelievable, but Faze are fired up after a clutch victory in the final seconds of the control. RCs, he's running a lap. The other guys, they're hopping, high-fiving, celebration all around, but the work is not done yet. One more map, and they enjoy the $200,000 first place prize. They already got some of it in their hands there for the first major win.
Bro, New
We
York.
continue on after the break.
Coconut Malibu. Ugh. That sounds nasty, King. Sounds disgusting.
All roads lead to the crossroads.
What is? What's the next map, bro?
This one's mine. My blade seeks vengeance. Blade song.
Raid S&D? Oh.
Help me find Ogre.
Reinforcements incoming!
If they can win, so okay, NYSL has to win the Raid S&D. If they win the Raid S&D, I know for a fact they can win the hard point.
Not all 5G networks are
What the fuck is
created
Coconut Malibu though, King? That thing just sounds disgusting.
T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
Oh my god though, bro. My heart is literally in my fucking ass right now.
Atlanta FaZe on the brink of another major championship, one map away. We talked about Clay earlier. If there's anything this guy has done throughout his career, it is rebound. And you see his face now. He is getting locked in. The boys have a lot of work to do. They cannot drop another map here. how insane it would be, but it is going to be tough.
I mean, that's just, you know, we talk about small things, 1v1s. That was one of
what does it
right there
taste
in that
like?
Control. I could have tied the series up 3-3, and then it's best of 3 at that point. But as you said, now you have to be perfect if you are NYSL.
Yeah, what does it taste
and
like?
win 2 search and destroys against Atlanta FaZe.
Well, in case you joined us late, I know, well, I mean, the best of 9, it's a long matchup here in the final. It really puts teams to the test. And what I love about it is it displays strengths across various maps and modes.
I'm
You've
betting
gotta
everything
have a
on
map goal
fucking
for this if you're gonna be
New
in a
York
final
winning
and
this
you're gonna
map.
get a
Everything
victory.
on New York.
It really tests, I guess, your depth as a team over the course of a title.
Maybe that's how I win
mean,
money. I just
listen,
bet
these
everything
2
on
search
one
and
map.
destroys,
Fuck
by
it.
the way,
Probably
if they
not.
can get to the game 9, it's Express. That's where NYSL has looked so good. Just to look at the stats from game 5, Hydra really had a great game. I mean, they dominated, though. What was it, 5-0 on Miami Search. But S&D Raid, this is
Bro,
one where they
imagine,
beat
like,
Atlanta FaZe in a round 11 in the group stage. So what did they learn from that? These are not
How
bad
the fuck
maps
is that weird?
down the stretch for NYSL
Or like,
whatsoever.
what is weird about it?
Yeah, and when I think Express, I mean, there's
Think
two things
about
come to
this,
mind
think
for
about this.
FaZe when you think about what they were
Imagine
working
you
on
play
over the
9
course of this
matches,
stage. What was it, Joe? It was
and if
APOC
you
and Express,
lose,
right?
you
We saw a lot
lose
of that.
$80,000.
Eventually, it's kind of funny, but they played
Don't even
so
think
much
about,
APOC,
like,
tried to
oh
get
my
better,
God,
and they just kept losing. I think
get
they ended up
80,
actually
I already
banning
get
here,
120
so
grand.
that
If
didn't
you
work
lose,
out.
you
But
lose
Express, I think it was like 50-50, right? They
I'd be
saw
pissed.
some wins, saw some losses.
So I understand. Hang on, my girl's here.
but
I'll be right
never
back.
really got to a point where, I don't know, they're a dominant search team like they are on some other maps.
Yeah, and it was one NYSL won yesterday, and they won their final. Was in that round 11. So they'll be confident. They can stick to their strategies. It's just this raid and checkmate hardpoint.
What was the one? Was it Mutineers they played there too? And it was absurd. Clay like literally could do no wrong. He looked like God on the map.
Well, yeah, they hard
definitely
countered the heck out of Mutineers.
Yeah, no, that was I felt bad for Mutineers in that. That was insane. But Abizi, shocking, a first blood. Oh, they line up for a second for Hydra, but Abizi able to snap. He's got 2 in the round. Now Mac, can he go big? They're all just stacked up in courtyard. There's the first. We'll expect the second. He doesn't. Round 1 to FaZe.
That's Atlanta FaZe just working the water stairs to deal with the 2 players. Usually the SMG duo, and that's who it was. They go Zig, they go water stairs, they deal with the middle setup. They have the man advantage. Abizi is 1 HP. It's all down to Max. A nice offense in round 1.
In FaZe, you know they can be scary here. I mean, just think of the battles they've had with Ultra. We know how good Ultra is here. They're able to beat them. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And can they dictate the pace as much here? You know, we said Miami kind of does it itself. They really work to do that on the first search and destroy. What can they try to do here?
Well, I think you can play really patient. You can wait on sort of the flank sword. What Simp is a player, right? Especially for Toronto Ultra. The first time, they were able to take care of it, but the second time, they countered him a bit. But yeah, I mean, it has been clean so far here on Raid. Play is less than a 1v4. Abizi with another multi-kill.
2 rounds, 2 first bloods for Abizi. You know, there's a lot of different spots he can hit you from, so maybe I ask you a different question. Like, okay, it's 2 rounds, he's gotten 2 first bloods, he has caught someone. How do you try to limit that?
Well, I mean, you always are kind of knowing that it's coming, right? Yeah, I mean, just going to have to get a little bit creative. Stack some bomb sites on defense. Again, you know, Raid is a map where you could retake it. Maybe you can give up map control if you want. Play 1 bomb, whether it's that B or A, just kind of force stack it. But it looks like they're going to go back to middle. NYSL and just probably have someone watch their water stairs this time. But, well, guess what? Atlanta FaZe is going to tap from the other side through pillars. They don't care. They said, we're going to go water steps. Next offense, we're going right back at you through pillars. And again, a 1v4 for Mac.
Hey, guys, it's me, Mac. Where'd everybody go?
I'll see you later.
Where'd everybody go? Oh, you're out there. I'm coming. Wow. These rounds have been over before they started, and it's a scary sight on the FaZe side when they are smiling, laughing. It looked like they just know they have this in the bag.
Well, at least off that, I mean, yeah, off the start. But again, they did lose NYSL earlier. in the stage on this map. So I think NYSL was feeling pretty good. But these rounds, very quick. And now here is that hard.
Oh, in the world? What? All right, just kill him so we can get to the best play.
That was done. We're done.
Get me to the best play. Is that
I
the
gotta
fastest
see
round?
this.
The fastest round in the history of Search and Destroy. You just saw it.
Hello?
What? What? Was that optic?
Come on, man. Like what?
It's not too soon now.
Well, they just lost their
Oh, come on. That was last major.
Sorry, Greenwall.
That's got to be the fastest round in the history of anything.
Well, we've had that before where, yeah, teams
I know.
die. I mean, it ties it. Yeah, it definitely ties it.
A's trying to stamp their second major win with emphasis in this Search and Destroy, but finally a semblance of life out of the subliners. They get some kills. There you go. Asim with a nice chow, but Celium, he is still up. He just dropped the nuke on your entire team, but Hydra gets the angle. There you go. A round in. Some belief, maybe. Because I don't know what you're thinking after the first four.
Yeah, you got to slow this down. You know, Atlanta FaZe, I mean, they make a really good call. They get the bomb down. Macdo was able to take down RCDs and force the 4v4, or sorry, the 3v4 with man advantage. But it's what you want if you're Atlanta FaZe. It was pretty weak towards the A side. They get the bomb down. It's just the picks afterwards.
Well, it seems like if NYSL can survive the opening 10 seconds, they got a shot. So maybe, I don't know, do what you can to not have it be that.
Maybe just sit here in the garage.
Yeah, no, like, yeah. I try not to have this massive collision with FaZe in the early part of the round. FaZe are going to send it, though. They are soaring up mid. Trying to get the angle through pillars again, but it's going to be subliners on the opposite site. Lurking Zig is Mac.
Well, that's the strength of defense. This is what you want. You want your sub duo in mid-courtyard. They can just transition to both bombs. And the way they're playing this, you have Simp who's getting all the information at B, Abizi's getting all the information at A, RC's is watching over them, and Cell's like, all right, you know, if Simp sees something, I'm there to help him. So this is like a two-man setup with some crossfires, and it's going to work out. Simp gets the call out, he sees the cross, Dumb gets a free kill, but Abizi now is going to isolate it, and Mac with the nade able to take down two.
That is huge from Mac. Hydra will get caught, though, transitioning out. So to a 2v2 we go with 30 seconds on the clock. And Celium, a huge win, a huge finesse, and a little drop shot, hop, skip, do whatever you want to call it. Cell with the movement. That, it does not look fun to play against at all.
No, he destroyed him.
Woo, 7 and 1 from Cell.
You had no problem for like 7 weeks straight.
One more round. And it's another championship for FaZe. The Revenge Tour nearing its conclusion.
Okay, so they stack that bomb site. They adjust. They don't go middle of the map. Now you know that it's going to be a bomb plant at A. They're trying to isolate Simp. Is Simp going to be ready for 3? I doubt it. Clay has to stay alive on the other side. Simpy's at least able to get 1, and now you're just wasting time if you're Simp. Arcides is there to help him. A 2v4 now for Atlanta FaZe.
And look to close it out. Asim gets gunned all on Clay. And it's done. FaZe, their second win on the year. And my God, did they put a statement on it with that Search and Destroy. They play Raid like a fiddle.
They go for the hard counter through the B site. They're not there. It's then, okay, we have to take down the player on the flank. That was Simp, and Simp just too good at times. Able to win both of those gunfights. Has the help of Arcides. And they were ready for it. They win their Search and Destroy. They win 5-2. They get back to the podium.
Whew, and it just it's back to that combo. When they're in form, they're so well-rounded. They have a wide map pool. They're going to have some advantages in a best-of-9. But, for NYSL, it is a hell of a run. It is a newly formed team. You make this run, and it is incredibly impressive. I know it hurts now, but, man, the potential of this team is insane because just like we saw, for Ultra, for FaZe, when they get to a point where they know they're a contender, the next step is really working on that map pool. And you got to think, if they make it to another final, let's say at the next stage, they're going to be in a much better spot.
I think it's control. I mean, that's really it. And they're a 1v1. Again, they're a 1v1 away from this being 3-3.
True. Very true.
Instead of
Very
a 4-2.
Yeah.
But to me, it's that control mode. You lose both of them here. That is how Toronto Ultra won the second major. It's how Atlanta FaZe won the major, was around those controls and those search and destroys. They do it here again.
Yeah, that has been the recipe for success. The reaction, though, out of FaZe. Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, you saw after round 3 or whatever, you went to a shot of them, they knew they'd won. They knew they had won. But give it up for the Major 3 champs. It is Atlanta FaZe enjoying the $200,000 first place prize as they get ready for a game of horse.
I mean, you just have to think about this. How difficult it is to beat Atlanta FaZe not once, but twice. Ultra, they did it, but it was in a major final. NYSL, they did it, but it was in a winner's final, and they have to rematch. This is what we mean with this Atlanta FaZe team. They are so difficult to defeat day in and day out. Top to bottom, they are nuts.
Yeah, and, they can have off series as well, but, to me, the only thing that really comes to mind, because I think some of the series losses during stage 3 were due to them working on stuff like APOC and Express. Really, the only series that I thought they maybe weren't themselves or just didn't play to their abilities was probably that final versus Ultra. And Ultra were lights out. They were informed. They were incredible in Ultra. Hell, they may win the next event, but something was off. They had some work to do. People were getting caught. The pacing was off. The search wasn't there like it once was. But with Crowder and the coaching squad, they went in, did a lot of work, and even though they get knocked into the lower side of it, they make the run. And yeah, I know it was like a 1v1 here and there, but some of these maps show they were just the better team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you could still say the same for NYSL. Miami, Search and Destroy, Garrison, Hardpoint, the maps they won, it was very one-sided. The one that sticks out to me is just checkmate control, that 1v1. Who knows where this series goes next? If they're able to win that one. But that's Call of Duty sometimes. And as you said, for NYSL, unbelievable stage 3. Even though it's second place, it's a new team. Hydra looks incredible. They have a lot to work on, and they know that, but they are a powerhouse now in the league. And a team a lot of people don't want to face.
I'll be honest, I had Ultra in the final because I didn't think the improvements could happen that quickly in Search and Destroy or Control, just based on what we saw. But it happened really fast for Search. They got better quickly, and it's just a fun team to watch. The story is there. I love it with Clay and Hydra and the squad. It's a fantastic team, and I can't wait to see where they're going to go. But all props to FaZe right now. Let's take a look at our scuff play of the game. I imagine it's where the entire team tries to run out one doorway, and Celium shoots the ball.
It's not. It's smoked.
Oh, it's not?
Okay.
Oh, I thought it might be.
It's not. It's a slow
That'd be
offense here.
That'd be too fast. Yeah, we probably have a requirement for how long the video has to be for scuff, and that just would have been too quick.
Well, this is like that 2-2 split, but it's kind of everybody can help out everyone. Simpy gets the info. He gives the call out to Cell, right? So there's one reaction there. A BZ, he does get caught. This is a great play by Mac, but into the 2v2 we go, and Celium just kind of does what Celium does, right? Where he just makes it look really difficult to take him down. Slides left, slides right. He's doing a cha-cha slide in art. Then he wins the gunfight.
Let me tell you, when you are at a high level in Call of Duty, everyone shoots pretty straight, right? When you are a player with 43 HP going against somebody with 150, it is not easy. Usually you have to rely on a movement to bail you out, or your positioning or cover. There, he didn't have much to work with, though. It was the movement, and he's one of the best in the game when it comes to that. Unreal. But a final look at the Major 3 bracket and how it all broke down. And now as we get ready for stage 4, Joe, the conversation around points and the top 8 that are going to get into champs, the pressure is mounting.
And there's one thing in my mind with stage 4, and I hope it happens, and that's standoff. That's all.
Yes,
that is my
please,
favorite map
God.
of all time. I cannot wait to see it. Hopefully we do see it. So that's yeah, what I got.
Yeah, I want it so bad. And I'm hearing we're going to have Jess with Abizi coming up next. And Jess, if you can hear me right now, I want you to ask Abizi if he's actually ever earned a score streak and used it in an official CDL match this year. I would like that information desperately. No one tweeted me a video. I don't think it's ever happened before. But Abizi was incredible. We got the interview coming up next. Congratulations again to FaZe, Joe and I. We love you. It was an incredible time, an incredible tournament. We cannot wait to continue on the second season of the Call of Duty League. But coming up next, it's the young freak. Thinks he's Batman half the time. Abizi.
Against people they oppose, they ride or die as the legends grow. We must grow to sense, doing our heroes. There are no silence in this combat zone. Beats mid-air, yeah, it's a chiller. Life and death, yeah, it's a killer. They go round and round, let the beat down pounds. Aerial thrills, yeah, it's a thriller. Sky filled with trauma and all of this drama, pretending and impending, yeah. Crash down. It's dragons descend.
Victory spotlight of Major 3, and of course this time I have with me one of the members of the Atlanta FaZe, Abizi. Congrats on that incredible win. I mean, you showed up to the first major, took a win. Here you are in Major 3 taking another fat dub. Just tell us in your words, how did you do that?
You know, we came up and clutched in the control and checkmate, and after we clutched that last round, I was like, well, we got this in the bag, guys. We have Raid S&D, and that's been one of our best S&Ds all year. And, you know, we played it flawlessly, and it feels amazing.
So I do want to quickly go back to that second S&D where the subliners did take 5 rounds in a row. I mean, you bounced right back from that. How did you keep that from slowing down your momentum?
The S&D was just like a bloodbath. You know, we kind of just got smoked. I mean, we almost brought it back, but unfortunately we just couldn't. And, you know, we knew that that was like one of our worst S&D maps going into this stage, so we kind of just brushed it off and, you know, came out with the fire and the control.
Well, in many other interviews with you or the other members of your team, you guys have always seemed really good at being able to kind of let those little things go, which is fantastic. Well, it feels like with the rest of the league, there has been so much reshuffling, both in terms of how they're kind of performing as teams and then also the rosters themselves. And I mean, Abizi, your team has just stayed so consistent. You're always coming out on top. So, I mean, how are you always coming out on top? How do you maintain that consistency?
Really, I mean, we just put in the work every single day in scrims. You know, we're always watching VOD. We're always doing anything we can to get better at any single map that we're not playing the best at. And that's like the biggest thing, you know, is just that. We're really just working very, very hard behind the scenes.
Well, sometimes it really is as simple as that. Just kind of put in the work and do the prep. Well, Abizi, congrats once again. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Jess.
All right, well, there you have it. Quite a Major 3, if you ask me. That is it for me and the Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. But don't go anywhere. We have more broadcasts for you. We are going to be revealing the player of the stage, as well as some final thoughts on Major 3. See you soon.
Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
What happened? Did I miss it? Yeah. I mean, they couldn't hear that from all the way there. Yo, phase 1, right? Yeah, phase 1. Yeah. Nah. Hey, King, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, bro. I'm gonna make some dinner and everything. My girlfriend's over, so I'm gonna spend some time with her. So we'll be live tomorrow, man. If you want to stop by in the morning. So, what's up?
That's what I thought.
Help.